Junior year was me getting cheated on while I was in the hospital by my girlfriend at the time with my best friend.
But high school cheating, is it like they kissed during a movie?
They f***ed in the parking lot while I was in the hospital.
Man, they grow up fast in Atlanta.
In the parking lot, like on the way in to come visit me, they used to f*** in the parking lot and then come in and she'd kiss me.
Really?
Yeah. My best friend and my girlfriend at the time. Yeah, it is. It was like aggressive cuckery. It was insane.
Wait a second.
We got here too quick. I was just. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Comedy Country Podcast. I'm your boy Josh Black.
I'm Connor Larson.
And we are here with what I believe is the tallest comedian on the planet. You think that's true?
Yeah, him or Brad Williams.
I mean,
all right.
Well,
Liam Nelson.
Liam Nelson.
Yeah.
Give it up for him. We'll put some applause there. I always say give it up for him like we're on stage.
Yeah, we have no way to be except for on stage, I guess. We've forgotten how to interact.
Give it up for him. Where the
in a
ladies at
casual
tonight?
environment.
Well, hey, thanks for coming on the show, bro.
Thanks for having me. I
Appreciate you.
Got to come over, help you guys set up for like an hour.
Yeah, this motherfucker comes over, and then we find out he's like a film guru. He's hitting.
Josh found out. Connor is actually my friend.
I haven't been
for a while,
anybody.
but
yeah, I don't tell people though.
Well, every time me and Liam has hung, it's been at Red Door, and we're drinking to a blackout.
Or Zanies.
It starts.
We also do comedy.
It starts at Zanies, and then we hang after. We mob over the Red Door over in Midtown, and then all these motherfuckers, men included, just want to buy him drinks because he's tall. Have you experienced that yet?
No, dude, I'm right at the threshold where they're like, "Who cares?"
No.
I'm
bro.
6'3", nobody even cares. He's what 6'4", maybe.
Bro, we walked in. I guess tell him, how tall are you?
7 feet.
We walk in the bar. He's like, man, somebody's probably gonna buy me a drink. I'm like, why would you say that?
Yeah.
I'm like, why would a man say
Josh
that?
thought I was the most overconfident
I'm like,
motherfucker in the world.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would you say that? Then he was like, what the fuck? Some random drunk dude with his wife grabs his wife by the head. He's like, bitch, let's get over here. We gotta talk to this bastard. He buys him a drink, buys me one because I'm next to him. I'm like, what the shit? He didn't even think he plays ball. He didn't ask him what he does.
No.
Just off height alone.
Dude, when you see a rainbow, you don't go, "What does it do?" You just go, "That's amazing. That's beautiful."
Damn, son.
I'm the coolest thing they've seen all day.
I will say, like, I'm 6'3", 6'4". I go through life. I'm not used to someone being taller than me.
Yeah.
And I truly have like middle school boy weird feelings when I have to look up to talk to you. Like I'm like, I don't like the fuck him, dude. He's being mean. Like it's weird how much it gets in my head. Because I'm not used to it at all.
And also, like, I'm smarter than you and stuff.
Smarter,
too. It's tough, you know?
smart. You're also my youngest, probably one of my younger friends.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
Yeah. But see, in comedy, the age gets kind of smushed into how long you've been doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
A man could be 7 years old, but if you've been doing it for 6 years, you respect him as a grown man.
A 45-year-old man will come out to the open mic and be like, "I'm trying," and you're like, "Shut up,
Yeah,
nerd."
like,
Like he has a
yeah.
family, and you're like, "Shut up."
Like, shut the
Like,
fuck up.
You're
you dumb.
silly. You're a silly child, all right?
Also, if you start too late, I kind of go like, "This is irresponsible."
Yeah.
Like it's
How
fine.
life. Like, what were
Dude,
you doing?
when people are like, "I'm just trying this," and then they're like, "It's my first time on stage," and then their first joke's about their kid, I want to be like, "Cut the mic, call child services.
Your first
this
joke
is inappropriate."
Yeah.
You hate hearing a man's first joke.
Oh.
In general. Just in any capacity. A man's first joke on that stage is disgusting.
Yeah. I remember. Do you remember your first joke? I remember I had what I thought was a 5-minute fart story.
Oh.
And I'll tell you I'll tell you it now how I tell it as a guy. One time, me and my brother and my cousin were all sleeping in bunk beds, and there's a little pull-out one. My brother went over to my cousin and he pulled his pants down, and farted on his face, and my cousin woke up and went, "Oh, you spit on me!" It's the grossest thing,
That's disgusting.
but it's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought that was a 5-minute set.
It had all the things in there. It had farts.
Yeah.
It had
conflict.
boy
It had
nudity.
Tarantino.
Boy nudity.
Boy
Yeah.
nudity. Farts and boy nudity, a Connor classic.
There you
But
go.
Yeah.
I tried to tell it for 5 minutes at a place called the Ossington in Toronto. I still remember it, and I bombed my ass off.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
And I just remember just being like, all right.
I had some joke about porn to where the ad was at the end, and I was mad. I was like, damn, I'm about ready to finish, and then the ad was like something like pretzels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I
Dude, I
loved
still have a joke about ads in porn. You know what I mean? It's a
But no, mine was bad because I didn't know. That was in a time where I thought everybody understood what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, you know, at the end of the porno when and I'm like talking to them about specific MILF porn that they've never seen.
Yes.
You know this horrific thing that I'm admitting on stage that none of you have ever done
Well,
before?
hey, in my defense, bro, you look at a porn, it say 7.8 million views.
Yeah.
You figure shit.
True.
Some of
But
you
you gotta
motherfuckers saying
remember, I'm 7.2 of those. I haven't left this house in years.
that is a good point, bro. How many
Yeah.
think it's a lot of repeats in that porn?
You look at how many shares that porn got, like 4 on accident. You know?
You a wild boy if you sharing porn, bro.
Dude,
Ted
that was-
Cruz.
That's,
He did it.
yeah,
the
sharing.
most optimistic feature.
Like,
when
who
they're
would
like
you share
shared.
that with? Like,
Your
hey, bro,
boys?
you got to see this one, bro.
Your boys.
Nah, that's crazy shit. Like, that's some crazy. If a boy sent a boy, now it sounds. If a
Your
boy
boy.
sends me,
Your boy, not a boy. Important.
if a young child sends me, well, this has gone off the rails.
There was a guy last night at the open mic, and he said something about MILF porn. One of these older guys, like first couple times, and he just for some reason he said mothers I'd liked, and I was like, it's not mothers, like it's moms is fine, but mothers.
Man, I found out something at the last New Material Monday here at Zany's in Nashville, bro. I called a black man OG.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out recently, he came from Memphis. I forgot his name, man. He was a hilarious comic. He came here like, "What up, OG?" That's in my view. I thought I was saying, "What up? You've been doing it for a while.
Yeah,
you're an OG. I'm paying respect." He was like, "Hey man, good to see you, man. You've been doing your thing." He goes on stage like, "I'm tired of these young motherfuckers calling me OG." He goes like 5 minutes on. I was like, "God damn, is this like? Did you have that written?
Yeah.
Or did you just like come off with 5 off of me?"
You just made him furious. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he was killing, bro.
Dude, I've done that.
So
where I'll
sorry,
say
OG.
something in the green room, like completely the opposite of what they're about to go on stage and say.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hate this, and they go on stage and they're like, that's my whole life. I'm like, I didn't know.
Bro, did you ever have a growth spurt or it was gradual?
Oh, it's the
You cannot ask if he had a growth.
Straight up, bro.
No, dude.
Because I remember, because you know,
left turn. Wait, but hold on. We forgot to talk about how tall you are for a minute.
no,
Let's get
bro,
back to
because
that.
I'm saying, bro,
dude.
I was regular to about 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I started creeping on motherfuckers then.
Yeah.
And then it was like, you know, in school, they like, bro, who's taller? They stopped asking me that after 6th grade.
They were doing that
Hey,
shit
you
with me in 3rd grade between me and the janitor.
Really?
Who was taller? Because he
that-
was the tallest dude in the school.
Was it that early?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
I was 6 foot by 5th grade.
Why would you know how much you weighed as a baby?
But hold on.
I was like 10.
How tall, but see, I'm bad with this. How tall are 5th graders? No cap, though, bro.
All
like,
right, so-
what age are we in 5th
I'll
grade?
get a chart.
Like 11.
11 years old. How tall is an 11-year-old boy? That sounds crazy, too.
Yeah, it does. This is a crazy
Yeah,
pop.
this is a real stat that Josh really wants to know.
Yeah, I want to see if AI really
what
knows the
size
truth.
box do I have to get
Yeah,
to
how
put
big?
him in?
What is the
yeah.
average? What are y'all's guesses? The average height of a 5th grader.
5 foot.
Average
Or
height
I'm gonna go 5'2".
8.
of a
GMOs in the food.
5th grader.
5'2".
And it says you're going to jail. No, it says 4 feet 9 inches.
Hey, what program is this?
I feel like I got that
What-
perfect. I said
what
5
is-
foot or 4'8".
I just text Jared Fogle.
I want people to know. Here's what's crazy. I'm looking at his phone. He wasn't using Google. There's a separate.
He's looking through his files.
He was on the Boy Height app.
I just went to inbox and just put search height on her. But yeah, okay, so that means the kids are 4'9", bro.
Yeah.
And he's us walking in the
Yeah,
class.
6
That's
feet.
crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it was
So
wild.
you've always been taller than what you're supposed to be at
Way
that grade
taller. I
level.
was 5 foot by kindergarten.
When did it top out? When did you stop growing?
16.
Okay.
I hit 7 feet.
Did you have? I had weird. I dislocated my patella twice, like my knees, because the ligaments. The doctor was like, "Yeah, they're catching up to your bones," and I was like,
Hold on,
All right.
you wasn't doing no activity?
I was on a trampoline the first time, and then one time I was just like walking around. But
And your knees, bro?
dude, my kneecap slid around the back. Which, by the way, it looks wild.
Shit.
It's not that serious, but it looks crazy.
No. I couldn't look at a man
Dude,
that had that. I
so
can't look at that.
I do it right. I pop my knee up. My dad comes in,
Off
and
a
my dad.
trampoline? What were you doing on there? Hitting that flip?
What was I doing on there?
Yeah. No, bro. That you to flip your
was
shit.
doing
That's some what's that? What's slam ball? That's the shit they be on, bro. You was doing some crazy
No,
shit.
dude, I was just a fat kid, and I just came down weird.
Oh, too
But
much weight on that shit.
So-
Yeah.
my knee went, whoa! So it slipped. My dad comes around, and you're a parent. You're supposed to be like, it's going to be okay.
No.
My dad comes around, he goes, you snapped your femur, which is
Oh, that means
so
you're dead.
much worse.
Yeah. You snap your finger. It's your femur. It's so much blood in that bone.
Dude,
It's-
I would have died if I
immediate- yeah,
snapped
yeah.
my feet. But
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just, also, he's not a doctor.
Yeah.
Let's just go with calm down.
Yeah.
And let's let and then when the paramedics come, they put an air cast on me and it pops back into place. It was literally just loose, because I hadn't caught up. Did you have any weird? I'm sure you had.
I have all sorts of. I have hypermobile joints, which means my shit does that all the time.
No,
it's like, I mean, I can like this shit. Like,
I can do that. I got the weird thumb.
Fully like walk on my ankle. Whoa! Like, I have a joke about it on stage where I like do all those, and the whole audience will go like, "Ugh!" I did a show. It was like a hybrid drag show, comedy show, and the drag performer before me pretended to do cocaine.
Here that
off
would be
the
called
stage.
an illegal show. Outlaw comedy.
Yeah, the performer before me pretended to do cocaine off the stage and play a flute with her vagina.
Yeah. Pretend.
And then I come out and do my foot thing, and that's what got the audience to be like,
they said, we
we're like, I
watch
didn't come to see a freak show. What the hell?
Disability.
I came to see people.
Damn, bro. So was there any girls back in the day that was like, I need that? You know what I mean? Because it's like,
absolutely not.
Are
I
you
looked like
sure,
a
bro?
bundle
'Cause I
of
don't know,
sticks
bro.
tied
See,
together until I was
man,
like,
y'all don't be
still
knowing.
do. I'm just now getting to the point where like I have any sort of self-confidence. Like I met
that
my
don't mean they
girlfriend in
wasn't
high
on you
school.
though.
Dude, listen, we've had it. We've
Maybe
done
I
this.
didn't notice it.
I'm gonna just break in here. We've done episodes about what Josh's high school experience was like.
Yeah.
We got nothing in common with him.
Right.
All right.
What was
dude,
your high school?
He was
experience
banging
like?
people in other high schools just because he was that good at basketball.
It was a fun ride,
He
bro.
was the man at the school.
But I've seen men with height, bro, get away with murder, bro.
Yeah,
my boy Footer. We called him Footer. He was 7 foot. Jeremy, bro. He was Footer. We would go in the mall, bro, and we would have a story every time we go. This time you play for the Lakers. Or this time because the girls always want to know, bro, who you play for. He'd be like, I don't play nowhere. I'm like,
Suspension of disbelief is
Hey, is
crazy.
Jeremy-
I told people I was
is-
Shaq's nephew, and they believed me.
because you don't expect him to lie about that shit, bro.
No.
And you don't expect to see him. That's 7 foot.
And
He's
you're
Wait,
already
where did you tell them this?
It was like a grocery store.
Was it? But it wasn't in a major. Was it in a major city where they have to pretend not to see race?
It was in a small town, but it was very much like I don't know who's next to him.
They like that's that's what I heard. They're like, I heard
they
that
just
he had a
see like
nephew.
2 boxes are checked in their mind. And
Yep.
like, oh, sure, for
how,
sure.
how often do you think a person sees a 7 footer a year? Not, I would say
I don't
0.
even-
According to every person I've ever met, it's the first time in their lives.
Yeah.
So
I've gone a
they'd love
lot
to
of
come up and
years.
Tell me about it.
I've gone many years without seeing him, but now I see him like 3 times a year.
Outside his window every night, just
Yeah.
taking pictures.
Damn, bro.
Do you have to like? Do you ever consciously eat a lot? Are you trying to put on weight? Or are you trying to not put on weight?
I mean, so long term, I think I will be able to put on some weight, but it'll be mainly like in my stomach.
Yeah.
I eat a decent amount. My appetite was kind of shitty for a while. I'm back on where I'm like eating a normal kind of schedule.
Yeah.
Bro, you're 24. That shit don't matter
So,
to you my age.
I'm mostly just trying to like not feel like shit all the
Yeah.
time. So I'm just eating.
Well, you're also you work the road a ton
It's
as a
tough,
comic,
yeah.
and that's just a recipe to feel bad.
It's tough. Yeah. So I'm trying to get a little better about it. And I was asking Dusty like a while back about what he does. And he's like, oh, I go to Publix. And then I was like, oh, cool. I might start doing that. And then he tells me what he gets at Publix.
Yeah.
Like sardines and mustard.
Hey, man,
and,
that's
like,
disgusting,
and
bro.
wheat wraps. And I was like, cool. I'll just
Yeah.
die young then.
As someone who's,
instead.
I used to, Dusty Slade used to take me. He took me on a bunch of my first gigs, and
Yeah.
it's a wild experience. Yeah. He goes to the grocery store and then he buys things. You're like, I didn't know this was in here.
Yeah.
getting
I've been going here for years.
It's like
I've never
stuff
seen
you
this.
would put in a bunker.
Yes.
It's what he eats on a regular basis.
And then also
a
just
good
like
meal.
I remember there was a while he was like, we got to find papaya seeds, and I
Yeah.
was like, I don't think we have to find that.
No, we have.
There's
to.
got to be an alternative to
Like,
whatever you're trying to
gourmet
do.
chitlins.
Yeah, you got to do. I mean, I will say though, like I've been doing the road pretty hard, and you do start to become like very like I need to get when I go to gas station, I just get bananas and almonds, like
Yep.
the saddest meal.
Yep.
But if you eat the high octane shit they offer, you'll feel so bad.
It's just
Yeah.
like it ruins your day.
Yeah.
Like,
And bro, we almost at that age, bro. After 40, the doctor gonna start telling you that shit you don't. You know what I mean? You scared to go to him.
Yeah, I don't have a doctor though, so
I guess, yeah,
showed him, dude.
guess you can't find out.
Yeah, dude.
But nah, speaking of the road, bro, tell me what happened to you down in. You went to Florida.
Oh yeah, I got
was it down there,
I
bro?
got my first scammed on a road gig. Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Yes. I don't want to say the guy's
Comedy.
name, but it starts
Gerald.
with Kenny and it ends with Garcia.
Damn. Let's go. God damn.
So I go to do a gig down
Who
in
not to work for.
dude for 100%. 100. I go do a club in St. Pete. It's called Sunshine City Comedy Club, and I guess it used to be one club. But anyway, the guy tells me we're doing a 50-50 door deal, which is fine. And then right before I'm supposed to go on, the feature has already gotten the light. He goes, here are the tickets you sold. We almost sold the thing out. It's like 50 seats, and I think we sold like 48. He goes, here are the tickets you sold. Here are the tickets I sold, which is already not how it works. There's just tickets sold.
Yeah.
You agreed to the deal. The deal is in place.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
And you're telling me this 2 minutes where I have to go on stage because I'm about to go do 45 minutes.
Purposeful.
I kind of need to focus.
That's tactical, bro.
So I go, okay, I'll deal with this later. Everyone, there were 2 guys on the show I invited. They did okay. There was also a man who used to own the bar, so he had to do a set. Which, by the way, I'll be honest,
Love the guys who have to do this.
does not happen at major clubs.
No, it's crazy how once you get to the improvs, they don't have a guy
Yeah.
named Homeless Larry who has to do a 5.
And
Like,
it was homeless Larry.
They were like, hey, does he do comedy? Nah, but he used to own the
no,
bar.
but
yo.
he just hangs out here enough to where we have to let him do it, or he yells
100%.
all
We
night.
know you drove here and you have
Yeah.
a set prepared, but we're going to let him, just because he stayed around the corner.
Dude, so he goes up. He literally he's like, I'm from Boston, Poontang Pie. Like, it's insane. Nobody understands him. He bombs. This guy's bombing as this guy's telling me that he's screwing me out of the money.
So hold on, 2 minutes before you're about to go on, you see homeless Larry bombing his ass off.
Yeah, I'm sitting there thinking, like, I should go back to school.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
ears
yeah.
are getting fucked and your wallet
But
is
you're,
getting fucked
but
at
you're
the
still
same time.
thinking,
Yes.
I got a good set. It's 50 people here. I'm on
Also,
the road.
here's what's crazy. It's like 50 people in there. I asked the guy, I go, what happened last Thursday? Because I'm headlining a Thursday. He goes, nobody came. We had to cancel the show. So I'm feeling pretty good.
But hold
Like,
on, so
we got
yeah,
some people
but
in
hold
here.
on, so I'm painting a picture here. So you go to Florida, you're feeling good. It's a packed room. You know you're coming up next, and you know you're getting paid. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
this is gonna be a good
I'm
one.
like, hey, man, this is my 9th week on the road. After this, I'm off for a week. Let's
and
end it on a good
so
one.
now I assume you're going over your set.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also just trying to like not think about, you know, am I being
Business.
scammed?
Yeah.
Not even. I don't think about business all day. I don't
Yeah.
want to be like, is this guy actively scammed? So
How does he walk up on you? Is it from the front? Does he
tells
tap
me,
you?
no, he goes, let me talk to you. He tells me, I
You in
go,
the green room?
and I go, no, we walk out of the showroom into the bar.
Yeah.
He tells me this, and I go, what? Like, that's not how that works. And he
And
goes,
next up, we got Connor Larson.
dude, he immediately gets pissed. He goes, well, why would we give you money on the tickets we sold? And I was like, let me just break down how the history of this whole business has worked.
Wow.
Also, like,
So his argument is, hey,
sold those.
2 minutes. First of all, I've already saw you and said hello.
yes,
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I've been there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I choose a 30 seconds before you go on your most vulnerable point in a comedy
Yes.
show, other than being on the fucking stage. Right there, when he knows you're not thinking about anything, he hits you with this uppercut of, hey, you're not getting the money I promised you because
So-
I sold the tickets.
Which is, by the way, also like that's just like I've been headlining other clubs for weeks. There is no such thing as your ticket's my ticket.
Right.
It's
And there's
just-
no
If
way
you
to
agree to a
keep up
door
with that.
deal, it is the door
Right.
like,
Yes.
profit.
And we got it in writing. I have it. It text. There's
Did
no
he let those
follow-up.
other people in through a different door? Because otherwise, then you get that money.
Also, dude, like half the. I mean, it's Florida. I grew up there. My college roommate's there with like 4 guys, and he's like, "That's my
It's like
ticket."
your
I'm
whole
like,
family's there in the crowd.
Dude,
He's
like,
like,
no,
yeah,
those are all my
these are
people.
my tickets, bro. I know it's your mom, but these are my
100%.
tickets.
So I'm like, whatever, man. I go up. I have a really good set. I think he didn't. I think here's the thing. I think he thought I was gonna bum because I get the feeling they book a lot of people who do bum.
Right.
And
That's still fucked up.
so I go up. I
Yeah.
have a really good set.
Yeah.
And he comes up. He goes, "All right, man."
That fear creeps
He
in.
was like, "Good
Yeah.
job." He was
Yeah.
like,
It's like, this guy might be bigger one day.
Right, exactly. He's like,
yeah,
oh shit.
his
he does-
evil brain kicks in. He goes, "All right, man. Let's you know, sorry about that misunderstanding, which is what people call a scam."
Yeah. That scam didn't work.
And he goes, "Let's do this. How about this? You come back in 6 months. You do 2 Fridays and a Saturday."
Wow.
And I'm like blown away. I was
Wow.
like, dude, I'm not coming back.
Wow.
And he was like, what? I was like, I'm not coming back. And as soon as I left the club, I was like, get every comic I know on speed dial.
Now, how
to be
many?
like, this is a scam. It's
How
just
many
such a
tickets
crazy-
was he saying that he sold, and then how many did you sell?
I think he said he sold 30 and I sold 19. And I had like 19 people I personally knew.
So he was just trying to pay you for those 19 tickets.
He was just trying to rip me off. And also, no, he
Yeah.
still wanted to do 50-50 on those tickets. So he gets 50% of my tickets and all of his tickets.
he gets
What?
he gets 100%
That's
of his
insane.
30.
Complete bullshit. But it's one of those things where comedy's such a weird industry where I'm like, dude, it's not worth getting into it with this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah.
Let
It's not
me
like
just
that's-
get away from this
Right.
guy.
It wasn't gonna be life changing money or
No.
anything.
Also, it's the principle of like, I don't want to like be like, hey man, can we meet in the middle? I don't want to give him any.
No.
I want to be like, hey
You can't
man,
negotiate with
Have you
terrorists.
set up
scam
any sort
me.
of like hotel or anything for you?
No, luckily I was staying in Florida.
That's good.
That's
So
what. Yeah,
I-
you're from down
You're
there.
not on his
Yeah.
at his mercy for
But
whether
he
or not
did,
you have a place to
so
stay.
he booked a host who she was good, and then he booked what is his name, Crazy Larry,
Homeless
and
Larry, yeah.
so he goes book 2 comics. This is months ago.
Yeah.
I reached out to 2 guys I know in St. Pete, funny guys, and then he goes, well, you booked them, so you got to pay them, and I was like, I only booked them because you said book people.
Wow.
And if you're
he
gonna
forgot.
no, I think he just wanted to
He-
stack the show and have me pay him.
yeah.
You know, I think he booked you and told you to do that for God, book these two motherfuckers. He's not gonna pay your people. You're gonna pay them,
which is also crazy.
Yeah. So he's saying fuck it, and I guarantee you the two people he booked didn't get paid either.
Also, dude, I know.
He probably told them,
no,
y'all didn't sell no tickets.
The guy used
They're
to be
both
a comic.
interns at the club.
He
He
did.
used to be a comic. He bought a club, so it's not like he doesn't know better. He knows this stuff.
How old is he?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but
If he's like an older guy,
he's probably like
40?
late 30s, mid 40s.
oh yeah, he's a young.
But he's a dickhead. I'll say
Damn,
that. I will
son.
say that, dude.
Damn.
And if you're ever in St. Pete, there's good clubs. Do the gimmick. Try to do side splitters in Tampa, but don't. I would tell you don't do that because it's.
And what's the name of this club?
Sunshine City Comedy Club.
Damn, son.
Yeah. Also, dude, what's crazy is I've been on the road for like the last 9 weeks.
Yeah.
Bunch of great Comedy Cabin in Janesville, like incredibly cool.
Yeah.
The Grove was cool. A bunch of clubs are great, and when you do those clubs, you're like, all right, man. If I ever get to a place where I can like do something helpful, like go back and sell tickets here,
No, bro.
I'm gonna do it. It's so short-sighted to rip somebody off.
Oh yeah.
You're like, also,
especially in a small town like that.
Yeah, I mean, when I was on the road with Sam for a while, and it was like a couple of them were just like clubs that he had done for years, like
Exactly.
Blue Room. He was willing to go back there right before he switched to theaters and do a whole weekend. Like, they ended up doing like 8 shows because they had so many tickets sold.
That's the name of the
Dusty did
game,
a
bro.
lot
That's
of
show
it.
business. You build the relationship. You know what I mean? You just keep coming back doing the shows, bro. That's that's horrible, bro.
But also I was like, whatever, man. I'm not gonna stress about it. But it is fun to have a podcast to be like, hey, here's some bad PR.
Yeah, what a dickweed.
Yeah.
I don't like that, bro. No, I don't like that. Matter of fact, I got asked by 85 South crew, Nav Green and
Clayton
English, Moneyback Mafia. They came and said, we need a host. Can you do some time, maybe 10 minutes? I'm like, oh hell yeah, bro. I love to do 10 minutes. I come do the show, or I come get to the show, and 3 minutes before it starts, he says, hey, bro, we actually got our host. We don't need you.
You love that.
Yeah,
love
and my girl's here.
Yeah.
Mind you, we go to Zanies all the time. It ain't like that deep, and you know what I mean. But I'm like, damn. But then also they're saying we're gonna pay you, so then it's like good and bad.
Yes.
It's like, damn.
Well, I think if they paid you, they're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
You
No,
know what I mean?
and what happened was I think they had a host who said he couldn't make it.
Yeah.
He ends up making it.
Yeah.
And then so now I'm in the hang room. I'm like, oh shit, man. Then he's like, you can do 5 up top. I'm like,
Perfect. Sure.
If it makes you feel any better, I have some wings that they left on the counter of the condo if you want them.
so yeah, bro.
What are
So I eat these wings, bro. But then so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do the 5. 2 minutes before I'm about to go up there, they say, hey man, the cameras ain't ready. We need you to do 20 to 30. I'm like, huh? They're like, all right, we got Josh Black. I'm like, what the fuck? And I just have to go out there, bro.
Yeah.
Like go. I'm like, 20 to 30.
Dude, there's nothing better than when people who don't do comedy treat you like you're ambient music. Like they're like, I don't know, do between 5 and 71.
But no,
like,
it was good. It ended up working out though.
yeah, dude, I had to do that for a TV taping. They were like, we're going to go, and then we'll flash you a card that says 30 seconds and you need to wrap up. And I was like, I'm not Jazz. I can't just wrap up. But it was
one of those situations where I'm glad I didn't leave, though.
Yeah.
'Cause I was about to say, let me just take the money and leave. I'm like, let me go see what the set's like. Like, hey, bro, the cameras ain't working. We need 20.
Yeah. They're like, and
I'm like, now we're here, bro.
Yeah.
what's so you moved from when I met you, you were in Atlanta, now you live in New York. Are there, would you say, a ton of scam shows up there?
Oh,
the
yeah.
same as, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Here we go.
Talk to me.
His eyes lit up.
It is the more like the much more independent scam shows.
Yes.
Like you don't even get an audience at this show. They'll just make it look like there's gonna be an audience at the show. Like every independent
fucks up the
show's
game.
promo in New York makes their show look 1,000 times better than it is.
See, that messes the game up, though, because
Yeah.
you can't throw a show now. Because even if
exactly.
you make a good promo video,
People
they've
won't believe
watered
you.
it down to where it's capped.
Well, it's like the motherfuckers in Times Square being like, oh, Jerry Seinfeld's on this show.
Yeah.
They're all saying like Dave Chappelle, Jerry Seinfeld, like all the like heavy hitters. So people just don't believe you when you have
Right.
actual headliners on shows anymore.
Damn, so you going to these shows that have been promoted heavy.
Yeah,
And then
then
you
you
get
show
there-
up and there's 4 people and they're like, yeah, so we didn't actually make enough to pay you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, all right, cool. I took an hour and a half of trains to
Well,
get
I
here.
also love like people who be like, we didn't make enough to pay you. You're like, this isn't how
Cool.
this works.
Well, you promised it, so sorry that you guys are about to lose some money.
Exactly.
Yeah, right,
Dude,
exactly.
I when I used to run indie shows in Nashville, I lost money on a bunch of them, but it was like, I'm certainly not going to not pay people who've traveled to get paid.
In Atlanta, we were running some of the first headliner shows post-pandemic out of that big church, selling like 200-seater like tickets right after. And we had one guy who sold it out 2 shows. It's great. Mike Falzone, shout out, the best. He recommends some people who are great comics, didn't quite have the following, and we were so new at producing that we were just like booking whoever. So and some of them are much bigger now, but back then we were selling 20 tickets and one of them sold 0.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I had to stand on the Beltline for 6 hours and bark with a sign that says like buy a ticket to my comedy show, I'll tell you how tall I am. I sold 25 tickets.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Bro,
crazy.
we used to have a dude that had like one of those clubs like you're talking about. Here,
Oh, yes, we did.
here in Nashville,
Yes, we
bro.
did, bro.
It was a while. And I think what happens is people think, I don't know, they come into some either a lick of money or they get a business partner or they do something and they just say, I'm going to buy a comedy club. I've never ran a business
What
in
is
my
comedy?
life.
Why is comedy the first, like,
Well, people think because
I got a theory because there's no barrier to entry.
it's true.
Except
people
and they
think
they're funny.
do you have a sense of shame? If you're
Yeah.
willing to get up there and just blah, blah, blah for 45 minutes,
no.
it technically was a show.
What happens is people get into a comedy club and think they ain't doing it right. I got to do it.
Yeah.
And you think you're going to do it. Now this motherfucker's got a club and was mad at me. He's like, man, you ain't promoting this like you promoting your show at Zany's.
It's my show.
Like,
I said, well, bro, first of all, I'm getting a door cut. If I don't get people in that door, it's on me. I'm getting that. That's mine. This is, you're bringing me to this showcase. It's your show. You're supposed to be promoting. Also, Zany's is promoting as well.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So if I didn't have to promote if I didn't want to, and then this same dude, bro, Bishop, you know, a comic.
I know Bishop.
Bishop comes and he was like, he didn't live here yet. He was like, man, I'm gonna come up to see this show with this new club y'all got. I was like, man, I don't know, but you know,
Yeah,
you
you're
do
like,
you. I don't want to
have
shit
any
on the
club.
club, but I'm like, I'll go and do you. So he gets here, he drives about 4 hours from Alabama, gets up there, gets to the club. It's 3 people there. They're the owner's cousins. And when Bishop got there, he says, hey, your girl, it's gonna be 15 for your girl.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Nashville,
Hold
buddy
on,
boy.
Final note on my Sunshine City experience.
Yeah.
Charge for water.
Oh.
Charge for water, dude. I asked for a water. I'm headlining. I asked for a water, and then when I go to leave, he's like, yeah, here's your bill. Water. And not only that, airport prices, $3 for water. I was like,
he just needed that for some Swisher
That's
Sweets.
the whole reason he books comedians, so he can scam them into buying water.
the money is in the water, dude.
Bro,
Yeah,
you
I
think
said
you think you're gonna not pay me and give me a bill? I would have literally pissed on that bill.
Dude, the worst part is I tipped. I was like, it's not her fault.
Oh, it was a girl. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, it probably was her fault. She's probably internet, but
Yeah,
I still get a tip.
it's his wife.
Yeah, I don't know. It was somebody.
Or just some poor unpaid girl who's like wants to do comedy. Like,
yeah, dude. Probably.
that's half the staff of any like really shitty comedy organization is just wannabe comedians who are purposefully having their careers like cut down by the owner to keep
also,
them there.
what's hilarious is it's like you're better off just starting, like because if you get put in the box of like not a comic, it's harder to
Don't be like because when I started, I was a videographer for comedians, and no one knew me as a comic, and it took like 4 months for everyone to get word that I was actually doing comedy in like a way that I was taking seriously.
Yeah,
and it's still like until over a year in, people were still like, "Oh, you're actually doing stand up now?" And it was like I'd only shot for comics for like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and then it was enough to get a whole reputation for like guy who shoots all the shows.
It was good timing though, bro.
Oh,
because it's like ironically you had this extreme training. It's almost like you're about to be LeBron James. Or it's like let me find an analogy for this shit, bro. It's like if you about
Yao
to
Ming.
One that I'll
how about this?
understand.
It's like this. It's like a hurricane coming, but you've been having swim practice for 10 years. So then the hurricane come, bro. All these comics, all we know is we got swim trunks on, but that's all we know how to do, bro.
Josh,
this motherfucker got swim.
Josh, can we take you to a hurricane to watch you try to swim through it?
You're my favorite friend. Your friendship means a lot to me. That's one of the craziest examples.
But you see what I'm saying, bro? Like, okay, put like this.
Josh is just standing on the beach looking at a tsunami like,
what's crazy is he could have gone with flood.
Oh yeah.
He went with hurricane.
Yeah, hurricane.
No, but
with
you
the
know what I'm
secondary.
saying, bro? How about this? It's about to be an alien bomb attack. And you got a bunker, you've been building a bunker, and everybody been thinking
There we
about and you've been like, why the fuck you building
Yeah.
bunkers? He's like, I gotta feed my family.
Yeah.
I gotta feed my family. But then all of a sudden now everybody need a bunker, and now you God now, bro.
Well,
Everyone's knocking at my door.
it's this way. It's people used to say like, you used to don't have a car to like as a young comic. Now you want to have a camera. It's like you got to
Or
have
a car and a
something to
camera,
offer.
even better.
Yeah,
Especially living in New York, the car.
Yeah, oh yeah, in New York,
Crucial.
you're like a rare species because you have a car.
And
It's like a big dick.
How
in New
annoying
York.
is it
Comedy.
how annoying is it to have a car in New York?
Oh, it's terrible. So my weekly routine consists of me waking up at 8 o'clock in the fucking morning every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to go move my car across the street.
Yeah.
So I have to take 25 minutes of trains down
To your car?
to my car. Sometimes the trains shut down at night, and I got so I was coming back from Stress Factory in New Brunswick. I dropped off the headliner John Marco Sorese, and so I was coming back. I parked my car like 40 blocks south of my house on Riverside, and I go to take the train back. I'm like, cool, it'll be like 20 minutes. The amount of shit I'm willing to deal with now, just ambiently, has increased like crazy.
Well, tell me this, bro.
Wait, real quick, the trains were shut down for 2 hours.
I don't like
so
that.
I had to walk an hour 45 minutes back to my house
God.
at 2 in the morning in New York City in Harlem.
I
It
would've-
was
Hell yeah,
crazy.
dude.
With
Hell
like
yeah.
camera bags on my back.
Yeah.
I would have
Just
slept with the
$4,000
homeless that
equipment.
night. But tell me what? So then, with that being said, bro, what are the perks of living in New? And why? I mean, genuinely, bro, because everybody talking about New York this, New York that. Everybody want to New York this, bro. Seinfeld and shit. But
Right. No,
I'm like,
here's the thing.
Give me
I'm not-
because people say it. People say it's nothing like New York. Sell me on New York, bro. Because I'm thinking fuck New York right now, bro.
I'm not
40 minutes.
I'm not the best person to convince you to move to New York. I have a very specific situation that's keeping me satisfied there right now.
Yeah.
Because I share a room with my girlfriend, and
Yeah.
I have 4 roommates who I've known since I was in high school.
Jesus.
So like, I pay $446 a month right now,
That's wild.
which is
yeah,
the lowest rent by far of anyone I've ever met who lives in New York.
Yeah.
And so
Damn.
I live in Harlem. It's way the fuck away from Brooklyn and most of like the casual like social shows.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of shit to do in like Manhattan. Like Manhattan. Like if you're looking to go have a fun time,
Right.
New York is the best place to do that.
Okay.
I've never been able to continuously do super crazy fun activities for an entire night into the next morning before until I moved to New York. 'Cause, like, here at some point all the bars are closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try
New York,
9.
you could just go forever.
Yeah.
Like you can just keep
And it's
doing
popping
shit.
in there. It ain't just open.
everywhere is popping.
That's the thing, bro.
Super
Okay, now
late.
we talking. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't want to go to no plot that's just it's open, but it ain't nothing in
But
there.
it's like-
But does that, especially, I think this is a great age question.
Okay.
At 24, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
At 30,
Not for
I'm
me.
like, I don't give it. I mean, also,
Yeah.
we all have girlfriends.
yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I kind of don't understand bars anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would I
Yeah.
be here? What am I doing here?
Sometimes
if a
it's
group's
good.
going, it's fun.
Yeah,
You
a
go
good
hang
group,
out.
a good group. But yeah, you're right though.
Well,
Just being
I
there.
got
I don't hit the
now,
club
like,
no more.
If there's a group, I'm like, come over.
Yeah.
Come over to my house. I have a
Right.
backyard.
I have free liquor at my house.
That-
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
but
that's a
I
good
understand
point.
like the I mean the appeal in New York always seems like that trade off of like your life is immensely frustrating and difficult
Yeah.
some of the time,
Hmm.
and then you have like cool moments that are
I think
never
it's
gonna
like
happen.
I like to describe it as it's the most unforgiving environment possible
What's
with
that
the
mean?
most crammed into it. So like it's like you're living in the middle of a hurricane. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you just
uh-huh.
swim trunks on.
Let's go,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, it's like you're just constantly being attacked by everything in the everything's inconvenient, everything's
Yeah.
tough, everything's hard. Like you're sharing this tiny bit of land with millions of people.
Huh.
So inherently it's tough to like have your own kind of corner. It's
Yeah.
hard to be like me, myself, and I focused in New York
Hmm.
because you're having to like cohabitate so much. But
Hmm.
there's so much opportunity there. So the main reason I'm there right now, one, obviously, because my girlfriend lives there and she's like in musical theater, so it makes sense for her to be there. But then two, like the guy I tour with, mainly John Marco, he's based out of New York, and so now whenever he has a weekend that's an hour from the city,
Oh, it's
I
go
get
time.
paid extra
Yeah.
to drive down, pick him up,
Sure.
take him out there, film the shows,
Yeah.
drive him back.
Yeah.
And so like that's my full-time job now. I've stopped taking nearly as much editing work as I was. There's just so much more happening out there.
Yeah.
Even though it's super saturated, once you get past that level of like every motherfucker in New York, once
Right.
you have any sort of like, oh, that guy's actually good.
Right, he's
Yeah.
trying. Yeah.
There's a path up and out. Like if you want to
Yeah.
get on late night, if you want to have like a real like major taping. I mean,
Yeah.
and some of
yeah.
that's coming to Nashville, which is exciting
Yeah.
to see. Like
Sure,
there's
sure.
bigger institutions kind of looking at these smaller markets, but
Yeah,
New York
yeah.
has just always been where people look to find people who are the next like
For
big
and
sure.
New York
thing,
definitely
you know?
has like pathways, whereas like I feel like if you're gonna do comedy anywhere that's not New York or LA, I mean I guess Austin's starting to get that, but you can still find those pathways like you're talking about, or you just have to do the thing that like people are doing where they try to use the internet and go directly to people,
Right.
Which you
And
can. I mean,
you can do that.
yeah,
but,
it's definitely a different path,
but you
it's-
talk to a lot of like Chicago people, and they still plan on moving to New York at some point.
Yeah.
You talk
Right.
to Atlanta people; they're all planning on moving to New York, LA. Like
Yeah.
it's like
Can
people
you-
do.
Can you slow down? Like
In New York?
can you is there a place where you can find peace, or is it just because I think it's good and bad. I feel like if you can move around a lot, it's like it's inspiring me. I can't sleep late. I can't be hungover.
Yeah.
I got to get it. Everybody's grinding. But is there a peace?
So New York has a surprising amount of like green space and stuff.
Yeah,
Like it's a walkable city, which you have to
Oh.
be out in the city more to like get around.
Right,
but
right.
there's more spaces catered to like people walking around through. Like you know how when you walk around a
Gotcha.
city like Nashville or Atlanta,
Yeah.
so many spaces you're walking, you feel like you're walking on a road that was made only for cars.
Facts.
You know,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
everything's ugly and gross.
Oh, it's
They
meant
have
for that.
paths, like nature paths, bike trails all
also,
around.
It depends what you mean by peaceful. Because like I've been in like Central Park and I've been like, this is not peaceful to me. That guy might murder me because he's currently screaming at a pigeon
and
like,
fucking one.
There's I think you probably adjust to city life where you're like, well, this feels peaceful to me. One of my best friends lives in Brooklyn and he's like, he'll tell me about stuff where I'll be like. You're like, yeah, it was really relaxing. And I'm like, that does not sound relaxing in any way. But I live in Nashville.
I find standing on the roof of my apartment building smoking weed relaxing. I would not have a year ago.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. There's a. I
and
think
like watching a brawl from the event venue next door that just let out. Like there's an event venue across the street from me that has like quinceañeras and shit all the time, and there's always fights. Afterwards,
quinceañeras they get.
So I'll just stand on the roof of my building and just watch like two big groups of people fight while I smoke weed at night.
It's a lot of stage time though, huh? Or not really.
If you're in Brooklyn, I think there's a lot more. I got past like Broadway Comedy Club, and I do like occasional spots at the Stand. The thing about New York is like they don't give a shit who tells them you're funny until they think you're funny independently.
Who, the city or the industry?
The bookers, like whoever, like comedy wise.
There's so few good comics. Just full stop. Like I've been doing this for like 7-8 years. There's horrible comics from all the big cities. There's horrible comics from all the small cities.
New York consistently puts out the worst festival performers I've ever seen. Like they'll go to a fest and just die.
Also, all politics.
Comics will come here and just bomb their ass off. But then there's also it's I think like the things that make you good at comedy, like sure you need stage time, but you can get stage time in the middle of America if you're willing to drive, or you can get stage time in New York if you're willing to like take the subway. I think the argument that like location is what's going to make somebody good or bad has not been proven out to me at all. I see so many bad LA and New York comics, and then I go to like Dubuque, and they're terrible. So it's not. It's
New York a lot more. You get a lot more from being a part of the social scene. I think in Brooklyn especially. That's I think most of the comics you're seeing who come out of the city who struggle is the ones who are mainly booking the independent rooms in Brooklyn, like the apartment shows, where it's literally like their group of friends in an apartment. Watching their funniest friends do comedy.
Also, not necessarily their funniest, they're most similar.
The most willing to do comedy friends.
Also, they're doing like Brooklyn comedy, where it's like, dude, I mean, I saw a guy this year come to Zanies and be like, good to be out. And I was like, dude, we've been out for like 3 years. Like, this is a
we were never really in.
Never. And it's like, it's not even, I don't care which way on that issue. It's like the lack of awareness to be like,
just know what other people's experiences are like.
Yeah. Well, so you do road comedy all the time. There are jokes where I'm like, I really like this, but I know it's a little more specific. And part of being a decent road comic is being like, I will read the room and kill. You still want to do your thing.
That's why I was super thankful whenever I was doing those hosting gigs for both Dusty and Sam at the same time. Like Sam Morrill, Dusty Slade, the most opposite comedians possible. And just being able to do 10 minutes in front of both of those crowds was such a huge learning
also, at least they both.
me.
The cool thing about both those guys write jokes and have. There are more opposite comics in those than there.
For sure.
There are some openers.
But like crowd wise, like there were a couple people who came out, saw me open for Dusty, and then were like, "Oh, you're back in 2 weeks at the same club in West Palm,
dude."
And then I was like, "Yeah, come back, come see me." They come out after the show looking like they just got hit by a train.
Dude, I headlined the Grove in Lowell, Arkansas. Awesome club, but the first time I went there was years ago with Dusty. Dusty's a clean comic.
Yeah.
I'd say about 30 to 40% of my sets about cum.
Yeah.
And they sent emails to some of Dusty's people, I think. And people came and were like, hey, I enjoyed it, but also like,
what happened to you?
I'm a little horrified. And I was like, yeah, I know.
You've fallen so far, Connor.
They're like, you're having so much more fun.
What's happened in your life?
It always interests me that people would see, but I guess my mom's kind of like that though. It interests me to see people that would come see comedy
without
and
knowing.
then you say a dirty joke and it's like, and they're genuinely disappointed.
Dude, their mom, nobody gets
it's
art
hard to
less
think
than
about.
moms.
Yeah.
Across every
I guess
genre.
because they live in a certain reality, which I can't say it's not real, but you live in there's little children in your reality. There's Dora the Explorer,
Dude,
and there's
mom, I told you this.
Groceries.
My mom saw me do stand up. I got off stage. She goes, I don't know why you have to lie up there. She fundamentally doesn't understand what we're doing. She's like, I think my mom thinks we're getting up there and everyone's like, we love him, like without me saying anything.
Right.
It's like, no, you have to. I'm doing jokes. These are like songs.
I'm
you have
convincing
to perform.
them to like me.
Yeah.
And she's just like, why are you lying? I'm
because
like, I'm not lying.
But I just think that you can miss out on art like that. Like you go to a movie And it's like, because sometimes I don't like a lot of gory shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even like Saw really, but I would see it just to like, fuck it, let me just try to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess there's a
Social
point.
therapy.
But those people have no. I mean, moms in general, I think, are usually not focused on art. They're focused on like their kids, which is good.
But their kids ain't there.
But I'm saying you can't just ask them to be like.
It's a very different environment they're used to operating in. You know,
And
Like-
maybe you speaking that way is kind of interrupting the reality of that
Also,
ain't
dude,
life.
People like have like realities that they don't want disrupted. You ever get a crowd where you're like, I'm saying a thing and I think you guys think it's true, but you're very upset I'm bringing it up.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I think a lot of it. Dude, I mean, we talked about this a bunch. Like a lot of clean comedy is not. It's not necessarily don't curse. It's just like don't go
Say
against.
this list of things.
Don't make me confront the thing I don't want to think is true right now.
Yeah.
And I get, dude, if a crowd
I
wants
guess
to ask for that, fine. But
I guess there is peace in that because I like Everybody Loves Raymond. You know what I mean? I do. And sometimes you just don't want to hear about, you know what I mean, free Palestine and what Barack Obama did to Egypt and all that. Sometimes you don't want to hear that shit. You just want to hear a little Everybody Loves Raymond get shitted on by his wife.
I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch Stanhope all the time. You know,
Yeah.
Stanhope is like a great comic, but he'll be like, "We treat ugly people worse," and I'm like, "Listen, I know that's true, but I don't feel like thinking about that right now."
Yeah, so I guess there's a time. I mean, I don't know, bro. It just makes when somebody gets offended. Now, maybe if you're talking about a certain topic that somebody is offended by, I get that.
Yeah.
But just overall, if you
I
say
feel like
"come" or something,
those people who come to those shows and get offended are the same people who spend all day at home just Googling like soldiers coming home to their dog videos.
Yeah.
So that's what they're used to for entertainment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're
so
right,
when
though.
you like pushing any sort of boundary or like
Bend
saying
that
anything
ass over,
controversial,
yeah.
she just wants the like, hey, feed me
And I guess
something
you're
to
right.
make me smile.
So
you know?
would that mean? Can you be a diehard comedy fan and only like clean? That's a good
Well,
question.
you're not diehard. You're a diehard clean comedy fan.
But can you love comedy? 'Cause I know people that love comedy but only love black comedy.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Dude, I told you. We went and saw Corey Holcomb this week. The only comics I'll go see live at Zanies anymore.
Yeah.
Earthquake, Lavelle,
The
Corey
old
Holcomb.
black comics, baby.
That's all I want to see.
The OGs, dude. Man, I saw the most. This is I want everybody to go watch this, bro. It's called Fat Tuesday. It's a documentary on Amazon about the black comedy scene in LA, and it just kind of popped off the black comedy scene across America, bro. That shit was so crucial. They had like Shaq and Kobe coming to this. It's pretty much like the Zanies out there on the strip. Black people wasn't really coming to the club, it wasn't the Improv. It was the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
And then like this one guy, Tori, came out there and started this show, Fat Tuesdays. They started in the Belly Room, and then it just kept popping, and he kept making it. And since all the celebrities live in LA, they just kept showing up. So there's Bentley showing up,
Yeah.
pulling up in private jets. Def Comedy Jam started out there, bro. Documentary was so fucking crucial, bro.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think if you're like a diehard comedy fan, you can kind of get into all sorts of genres.
That's what I like to think, though.
But I don't think most people want to be diehard.
I think
most
it's
people
a
want their
difference
thing.
between being like, oh, I didn't like that versus, oh, that wasn't for me, but I see why people
Yeah.
like that.
That's-
You know?
Yeah.
Because you can have an opinion and like a
Exactly.
taste
Yeah.
and
Right.
still
Dude,
appreciate
think-
the craft
I think
for
Exactly.
other people.
I think Marvel movies suck, but I know there's incredible like cinematographers.
They're
and-
well
VFX.
crafted movies that have reached an audience very like
yeah,
effectively.
a
you
stupid
know?
audience, but an audience. And
I'm not, hey, don't
but-
come for me, all right?
But I'm saying,
I live in New York. I need the Avengers to save my ass, all right?
it is weird when people can't separate it from music, where it's like, listen, dude, I don't listen to polka,
Yeah.
but I'm also not going around being like, how dare they play those goofy instruments?
Yeah.
It's like you got it, you have your taste, but what sucks about comedy is some people act like you broke into their home and are now confronting them with things they don't want to hear.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're at a
You
show.
chose to pay money. Like
This is
I
a
guess
comedy
Now, that's the thing, though. Like, if you go to a church and do comedy and you start talking about come, I get that. Like, okay, wow, bro, you're wilding. But
Yeah.
if you come to the comedy, maybe this is the question. If I like the clean comedy set, am I fans of a lot of clean comedians or just this one guy? Because if you're a fan of a lot of clean comedians, you're a fan of comedy.
Well, I guess, yeah. I don't think. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I know people who just like clean comedy.
Yeah.
But it's usually like, I don't know a lot of people who just like clean comics and call themselves like, I like all comedy. It's usually
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I
because
like
most
clean
comedy is not clean, right? 80%.
And you look at like the way a lot of people engage with like Nate and Dusty's stuff, and you see the comments, and it's a lot of like, oh, finally comedy I can watch. Like they've been like searching for
Yeah,
something that
man.
they're allowed.
But
And there's
also,
something to
those,
that.
what's,
I
what's,
respect that.
well, I think also they're a more specific thing because they are saying it's not dirty, it's also not horrible and boring.
Right.
Because there's a ton of
True.
clean comics who are like sure, that was clean, but it was also like listening to a guy tell a
You
story
cleaned out
on
all the good
bus.
parts. Like,
Oh, you know what? I think so. I
Dusty
think
and Nate are incredible comics who could like be on a show with anybody.
right.
But there's that's like when you see that specific comment, or like I used to open for Dusty. People say that all the time. They'd be like, "It's clean comedy, but it's not like you don't know. You're not sitting there being.
It's not
like,
a lesser quality of comedy.
It's not that like PBS like this is comedy like just horrible explanation. Yeah,
my uncle Kevin he loved hip hop, but he turned super Christian. Super Christian. So I hop in his car and he's banging this Christian rap. It's like 2003. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He's like, I want to love that Jesus and that God shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? He knows every word. He's like, this is rap, young man. He's telling I'm like, well, turn this shit off, put some Hove on, bro. Put the fucking Jay-Z on.
It's
He's
also I wonder if because we all do comedy, like do a performance art, if we have a more of an acceptance of like, hey man, some stuff's just not for you. But if you're just like work in like I don't know, you drive a truck and you just go. The stuff I like is real.
They spend all day curating what they listen to, and then you're forcing them to listen to some shit they don't want to listen to.
And also,
they have no reason to respect your craft. They don't care about your fucking craft.
But if you think I'm sinning, and you think if you listen to this shit, you could get influenced and start sinning, or if you're sinning, even hear it, it can make you uncomfortable. You're thinking, damn, this dude is funny, but I'm going to hell if I keep listening, bro.
Yeah,
and so is everyone else around me who's laughing. You know?
That's a black thing. You know what I mean? But there's no white crowds worried about going to hell. I'm just kidding.
I'm about to say this is Nashville, Tennessee.
I don't know if you've met
Every
my
Monday I go to
grandparents,
fucking Zany's. Everybody worried about going to hell.
At least once per episode, I'm gonna say a thing is a black thing that's not. That's how this podcast works.
That should have been the name of the pod.
I'm just gonna ask you to pixelate me every time you say that, because I can't.
Did you know this? We discovered this on an episode. Did you know that ranch dressing is like a black thing? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's subcultural.
Another thing that we stole from black people.
Yeah, bro. And you know me, I don't like white condiments. So
Really?
I'm black all the way through.
You don't like white? What are white condiments?
Mayo.
Mayonnaise.
Mayo's pretty bad.
Mayo.
Or aioli if you're feeling
You know what's
fancy.
great?
Fuck that.
Asian mayo, Kewpie mayo.
If it ain't white, I'm with
pretty
it.
good.
It's just
it's
with
a
the
little
yolks.
yellow.
It's just with
Little
the
yellow.
yolks, not with the egg
Maybe,
whites.
maybe, bro.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't like a lot of bullshit condiments. Bro.
What's
I do a
mustard?
horseradish.
What's mustard? That seems like everybody.
I like a good mustard. Nah,
Yeah.
we don't really claim too much, bro. It's just ranch on your wings, and some dudes do ranch on the pizza.
Whoa, well, that's just a
Ranch on the pizza.
People do.
I can get into it.
I don't
I'm
like
sorry.
ranch.
I'm sorry.
I don't
If
really
it's like a
ranch, but-
meaty ass pizza,
Oh, I can't
or like a
get it,
veggie
bro.
ass pizza, like if it's got a bunch of toppings, I won't put it on like straight
Well,
cheese.
veggie pizza, I think, is a mistake.
Well,
Yeah, well,
I
I'm
live
not-
with
I'm-
vegans.
I'm
so-
doing- yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're
You
having the New
vegan?
York experience.
No, I just live with them. So
Oh, yeah,
by
I'm doing no
proxy,
meat
I
right
have
now,
to
bro.
be sometimes.
A doctor forbid him from being vegan.
Yeah.
They're like, we cannot afford
They're
it.
like, hey,
You have to eat some meat.
you
But I wanna
can't
look- I
be
think-
a string bean and only eat them.
I want to
Yeah.
look up. I'm gonna find out. I think you are the tallest comedian of all time. Do you think so? Because we gotta hone in on these stats, bro.
Maybe. I don't know though. I feel like there must be someone out there. But I feel like I might be the most like established,
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, bro.
tallest.
Do
Like
you feel like being a comedian is becoming more of your identity than being like very tall? Like,
I'm-
which is more dominant?
I'm trying to make it more that, because like now every time when someone comes up to me on the street and asks me how tall I am, I hand them a business card for my comedy that says 7 feet. No, I don't play basketball.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
'Cause he's walking
Well,
marketing, bro.
it's a T-shirt
That's
that's on the back
incredible.
of the business card that says like 7 feet. No, I don't play basketball. The weather's fine up here. My parents are both tall. Yes, this has been a great
That's
conversation.
good
And it has
shit.
it's like my head is cut off, and on the other side it's my head and all my
Dude,
socials.
you know how many 7-footers are pissed that they don't do comedy now?
That's, I mean, it was a big moment of like reclaiming a lot of my time, because now every time I'm harassed in public, I'm gaining something out
Yes,
of it.
every
Yeah.
time. A
And
follower
every
time?
motherfucker at a gas station who talks to me about being tall
Yeah.
becomes my biggest fan ever of comedy.
That's
Because they have
crazy.
nothing going
That's
on.
your street
Yeah.
team.
And I'm the story they tell every motherfucker they ever meet who comes
Yeah.
into that gas station. I give them a free sticker. They got that shit up in the window. You know,
that's
it's like
crazy. I met this motherfucker.
yeah, exactly.
it is funny. Like
they get excited. Like
they must know. It's just like statistically, there are some very tall people, but something about seeing you, people just go, oh, he's tall.
it's just I mean, they're prepared for tall people. Like they're prepared for you. But
Yeah,
like
nobody
I'm just a
does anything.
special level of
No,
tall, and
there's a-
especially being so skinny and just
Yeah.
like unique
But
looking.
no.
Yeah.
There's
It really
a,
throws them off.
There's
Yeah.
there's a certain height where you go from tall to
the
that shit-
doorways.
You got a list.
Oh, I got a list ready. Don't
when
worry
you
about
get
that.
when you start hitting doorways, that's when the
John
Yeah.
Cleese. These
oh
are
yeah, the Monty
He's-
Python
he's
guy.
not
6'5".
Nothing.
Vince Vaughn.
Not a comedian.
6'5". Tim Robbins.
Not a comedian.
6'5". Brad Garrett. I think that's Everybody Loves Raymond's brother,
Yeah,
ironically,
yeah,
from
it
the
is.
show.
He's got a club out.
Liam Neeson.
Now, what list is this? Dude?
6'4".
I found out 2 days ago that Liam Neeson is also tall.
Yeah, bro.
Fucking what?
You gotta fight
You
him, bro.
can't have all my shit,
Nah,
dude.
bro.
Come on.
Y'all ever heard
So-
of Peter Crouch? He's an English former professional football player.
I'm pretty sure you've Googled actors.
John Candy.
Dude, we were talking about our favorite
6'2".
actors.
Is he
and when
6'2"?
we-
Which direction? Horizontally? Vertically?
What do you think Josh listed as Robert De Niro's most iconic performance? It rhymes with Reet the Rockers.
It's a good fucking movie, bro.
Not Meet the Parents.
It's-
Meet the Fockers.
Not Raging Bull. Not Goodfellas.
Goodfellas was cool.
Not Casino.
That didn't move me. That one moved me, bro.
Not Meet the Parents either.
No,
Meet
no.
the Fockers.
Steve
which is like
Harvey.
The weird third one.
Steve Harvey 6'2".
We're going down. Why are we going
yeah.
back down?
Gabriel Iglesias 5'10". Joe Rogan 5'7".
Not
There
even
was no one
6
in
feet
between
anymore.
6'2" and 5'10".
Bill Burr 5'10".
Okay.
Zach Galifianakis 5'7". Kevin James
I'm gonna pull up a
5'10".
separate list
Yeah.
of comedians.
Vince Vaughn again.
Dude, I know a guy. Brent Blakely's like 6'7". Vince Vaughn again.
Yeah, Brent Blakeney. We've done a show
Yeah,
together.
he's tall.
Who's that?
6'7",
Brent Blakeney's
out of
comic.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Guys,
Nah, you the
6'7".
tallest comedian breathing, bro. You
You
gotta
might
stand.
be.
You gotta hold that and
You
stand on
might
it.
be. Have you ever thought about doing a show with Brad Williams?
That's hilarious.
So I was Joe Zimmerman was trying for a minute to try to like keep putting me in front of Nate just because he thought he would get a kick out of having me and Nick on the same show.
Yeah.
yeah.
You would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll
That's
be
awesome.
good. I like that, bro. So there was no growth spurt.
No, I was just always big as fuck.
Damn,
Like,
bro.
that's why I have that joke about looking younger as a kid. And like, truly, my mom used to send me out on the front lawn to play golf naked when I was 2 years old. And I had legitimately had the cops called on me twice
Yeah.
because people thought I was like a 15-year-old streaking.
One time though, a cop just
Like-
came and he just watched.
He's like, no, they didn't call.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm off duty.
No, I just know that's what you do every Thursday at 3, all right? I know the routine now.
Yeah.
God damn.
That is
son.
a funny. I like that you're like. She sent me out to do the classic innocent pastime of.
I was potty training and
off
she didn't want me
naked.
in the house, so she's like, go be naked outside. You can just go piss on the ground.
Bro, that's how it be back then.
In the
bro.
front yard. We
Is your
had a
mom Is
backyard.
your mom a wolf?
Hey, get outside, bro. And that was some black shit for sure.
Yeah.
Back in the day
Outside?
growing up, go
Oh, yeah.
outside, do something.
Now
Nope,
you
get
say
out
back
there.
in the day. Is it not? Is it no longer?
Nah, these kids got their internet now, bro.
Well,
They not going
the new
outside.
version of go outside is go into the metaverse. You
Yeah.
know, it's like
Yeah.
go
Here, take a
inside.
the
like,
tablet
get
is
on
the
go
Google.
into VR world.
Yeah,
I don't
bro,
want to
that's the
fucking
new,
deal with you right now.
That's
Yeah.
the new pacifier. You give a
Yeah.
kid a tablet, bro.
Which I think is wild. 'Cause
Oh,
you
it's
know
crazy.
The tablet can. It's 2 clicks away.
The
from
shit that I
filth.
remember seeing at
bro.
the like, and I was like, you know, still pretty early on in like the social media when I was that
Yeah.
age, but like, I can't imagine
Dude,
kids these
I'm
days.
6 years older.
I
than
saw
you. We
Mr.
horror.
Hands when I was like 12.
I had to
Yeah.
download
Watch a man
porn
get
on
fucked by a
Kazaa.
horse to death
Yeah.
at 12.
That was a rough one.
Bro, I had
terrible.
I had to download porn on Kazaa.
Yeah. Well, I'm
And
wired.
that took all day.
Yeah.
It'll take 9 hours. Then you watch it. It might not even be what you asked for, but
Oh,
it's 30
dude.
minutes.
The labeling on that was so bad.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
It
it
would
was
be like
bad.
hot girl, and then it would be
Well,
just
if they
a
were
completely separate
doing
thing.
it correctly, it'd just be virus.
Exactly.
virus.
Exactly. And I remember thinking, bro, why you do that, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what do you get out of that? I'm thinking I'm finna watch porn and you fucked up my mom's computer. You know what I mean? Why, bro? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, now you at home thinking,
They're
got
trying
his
to watch
ass.
porn from your mom's computer later that night. I
Yeah.
think.
Look,
Yeah, I
that's-
just don't understand. Why would you attach the virus to this? Or did the virus come with the porn?
Dude, it's the same thing we're talking about with these promos. People take beautiful things and they ruin it.
Yeah, bro.
And it's incentives. They're just, if you would just like be like, hey man, don't have a great promo video unless there gets to be more than 4 people at the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with porn. Don't give me porn to download unless it's not going to give me a virus. But you can't, you know, the world. There's evil.
That's
in
the
it.
thing, you know? You
Bang
can't,
bust was
you got to
big.
be safe. Always use a condom.
Well, that's condoms are for
Oh,
kids.
yeah,
but condoms are a thing you once you
Aren't
realize.
you the person who told me you used like 3 condoms at one point?
At
Maybe,
once?
maybe in the totality of my life.
Yeah.
She must have had AIDS.
Wait,
She's
you mean
yeah.
like 3 back to back to back? Like
I
on
think-
each-
I just
same
remember
time.
you telling me at some point you were like so paranoid you one time tried to use multiple condoms.
Oh, I must have been trying to fuck you because that is not the case.
Like, yeah, I'm so safe.
No, dude, I remember
Nah, bro.
being like 16 and being like, I'm gonna use condoms forever.
Yeah.
And then 21-year-old me was like, I think there might be a condom in this house, but I think I might have drawn it.
Bro,
Yeah.
my boy told me, I think I might even said this on here. He had he put the condom on and still got crabs because they went from pube to pube.
Hold on, you gotta hear that. This is the here and how
Like
did you
slinging through.
how did you process this information and change your behavior?
I never fucked without boxers again. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking, you covered a D, you don't even think about the P. You don't think about pubes?
Now this to me.
No one thinks about it. I was like, so the girl's like, take your drawers off for
Dude,
what?
Listen, you might live in New York, but this is some wild shit.
That is the most conservative sounding sex I've ever heard.
Also,
it's like that's how Mormons fuck.
Here's
I think.
what
Is
blew
the
me away.
underwear still on?
Here's what I can't figure out. Was the girl not like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
You got to really think about the moment.
It's like, hey, like, no, dude, I don't want anything but my actual dick to touch you at
yeah,
all.
Why not? You might as well put a garbage bag.
But you don't think about it like that. Look, all right, in the heat of the moment, y'all ripping shit off, taking shit off, it's getting there.
And you go, no.
You don't notice that.
No,
I took my
boxes.
pants off, took my shoes. You don't notice that. I'm just in you. And then, you know what I mean? You don't really think about that shit. And I'm protected,
Hold on.
and you're protected.
Can we get a clip? Josh Black, I'm just in you.
You're not gonna think, damn, are those boxers? Nah, bitch. You're not.
No, see
know.
what you got to do is you got to get crab traps. You got to put them all around.
All
in there,
around.
you know?
Also,
Yeah,
dude, what you got to do is just get crabs. Who cares? That's like it's like
I couldn't imagine waking up and seeing white crabs in your
just-
pew.
If you get crabs, which
Black crabs though, he's all about it.
I'm with that. No white crab in my house.
First of all, I don't know anybody who has crabs or was worried about crabs. But if you get them, can't you
Yeah.
just buzz it?
Probably can, bro. But I'm just saying, I didn't know that.
Josh is sentimentally attached to his bush.
Yeah, I thought
right?
you could. I thought once you put the condom on, you're safe. Once bro told me that, I said I ain't safe.
Yeah. Well, you are safe. You might just get a minor disease that nobody. It's not even a disease. It's like a hair
Crabs
problem.
that count. That counts.
Give
If you
Josh
say-
a year, he starts fucking in one of those big inflatable bubbles with the fucking rubber hand.
like the bubble boy, but just
Exactly.
got a glory hole. in it.
I cannot, dude. I'm just thinking about my own
Full
life. If
body
I
condom.
ever tried to hook up with somebody,
Yeah.
and we're I'm
So
like,
you
hey,
can slide the panties to the side.
everything
You've done
good.
that. You slid the panties to the side. Draws can be in on sex, bro.
but usually it's like
The girls,
It's slow
though.
enough that we're talking. I'm not just in them. And
Sometimes, bro. Sometimes it's quick, bro. And you just gotta keep them draws on, bro. Now, you know what I mean, I'm damn near married. It don't matter no more. But back when you was outside, you gotta strap
should-
up, bro.
you should
Because they
make
give you
a-
crabs, you never see them again.
There's something so funny about being like that responsible
Yeah.
while
Yeah.
doing the most irresponsible.
It's like, yeah, we're gonna fuck in this funeral home, but I'm not taking these draws off.
I
I'll
don't
tell you
want to
that
get
now.
crabs with the scroll.
By we, you mean you and a corpse? why is it a funeral?
I just slid a panty to the side.
That is the wildest. Dude, that's the
Oh,
funniest. When
shit.
you told me that, I thought about it for a week.
Yeah, bro, that shit hurt, bro. I was like,
You gotta
damn.
invent some like latex underwear, you know?
Yeah.
Like some,
And
like,
he had paid
Yeah,
for
no
it.
one will think that's weird.
No.
Yeah, no, he had paid for the sex too.
oh.
Yeah, he was a
Free
white
crabs.
dude. He was trying to do rap, and I was like, I'll write you a song. I ain't even write songs. I said,
Yeah.
I'll write you one. He gave me $2,000. I wrote him a song, and then some girl fucked him because she liked the song and gave him crabs.
Damn.
I said, how you get the crabs? You ain't strap up? He said, I did strap up. It went from pube to pube.
You wrote a love song that got a man.
Oh
crabs.
no, it was about I think it was about drugs. It wasn't about love. It was like a rap. You know what I mean? He was trying to be
Well,
down.
She sounds like a beautiful girl.
And she got him. She burned him down, bro. He found off some website before this shit was even a thing, bro.
Oh,
So he was
no,
one of them.
dude.
He was one of them.
Wait. Did she like the song or did he pay for the sex?
There's no difference, Liam.
It can't be both.
There's no difference.
Now that you say that, bro,
He said it was both.
I know. Now that you say that, bro, I think he paid for it. And then she told him she liked the song. So she probably
that's
didn't like
what
this.
someone who
Yeah.
you just paid for sex would say.
Oh, this song's incredible.
No, here's what happened. He was hooking up with her. He's wearing his boxers, so she's now afraid. And she's like, "Are you liking this?" She's like, "I love the song. Just whatever you gotta."
Yeah.
I love the song, dude.
Whatever gets me out of this house in
This
20 minutes.
Creepy dude with his boxers on.
Oh man, it was crazy, bro. Shout out to Cameron. It was just
What's the last name? What's the last name?
I wish I remember. I do
Yeah.
remember. I ain't gonna do it to him, but
Good.
he had a grill. He put a grill. He was trying to exploit the culture.
Listen, dude.
So I didn't care if
Oh,
I
this is a white man?
I spanked him out of 2,000, but I was like, bro,
Do
what
you
you're
think-
doing is insane.
Did he just assume? Did you claim
exactly
to have any musical knowledge?
No.
Or he was just like, "That's a black guy. He can."
He was
write
like, he know
raps."
how to rap for me. I was like, bro, I'm not finna show you rap no song for you, bro. He's like, I got 2,000. If you write me a song, I was like, give me 2 seconds.
Oh,
I wrote his ass a song, bro.
that's so funny.
You just
He
give
gave
him
me
bad and
2,000.
bougie.
See, sometimes racism is an opportunity.
Exactly,
right? You
bro.
know what I mean?
I
It's
did
not
that.
all-
I did that was reparation.
$2,000.
$2,000. Then a piece of me was thinking, this is how arrogant I was. I was thinking, that shit gonna blow up.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's gonna make millions. I was like, I should have did 5.
One day you're that
just
sad
sold
old
a
man
hit.
in the bar like, this is my song.
That's
I
exactly
knew
it.
it.
I remember thinking, I was like, man, in 5 years, that's gonna be the worst decision I ever made.
You always got to do like the percentage. Like, listen, this
Yeah.
much plus 5%.
Yeah.
Bro, I was thinking, I need
If you're
gas
writing rap
money.
songs
I
for-
need 2,000. That's a lot of gas money.
No,
bro.
2K that's good.
Nah,
Yeah,
bro.
dude. That's what real songwriters probably do.
Congratulations.
No, exactly, bro. So no, I
Real
can't.
songwriters
no,
are just black guys you see.
I've met some fucking songwriters in Nashville. Like the first 4 times I came to Nashville, at some point it's always on Tuesday or something. I'd end up in a car with some dude who writes songs.
Yeah.
And at some point in that car ride,
gonna play it.
he would play the song and then cry.
Yep.
About the fact that he sold that song for like $12 in a hand job.
Yeah.
And now it's the biggest country song ever. That happened 2 different times. 2 different dudes cried in front of me within 45 minutes of meeting me.
Listen, anyone who
about
cries,
the loss of this song.
That's really
if you
good.
cry in front of a stranger, you deserve whatever life.
I don't know what it is about me being big that makes me like drunk men feel like I'm their dad, but like it's
Seriously,
want
they
you to
open up
cradle them.
real quick.
Bro,
We
that's
should talk about
so
this. You had a
funny, bro.
whole that reminded you had a whole ass music career before you did
Yeah,
comedy.
yeah.
You were like
music video production.
I wanted to say I almost said licensed. I don't know if there's. Are you a licensed videographer?
I had
a driver's
insurance. I had video production insurance.
Who'd you do videos for?
All right, so I was assistant director and talent on one for Lil Skies and Lil Durk. Associate producer.
You went to the Chicago and shot the video?
No, it was in Atlanta.
I was about to say, what the fuck is wrong with this man?
No, absolutely not. Are you fucking kidding me?
How are you still here?
Worked on the protest one for Lil Baby. That was fun.
Yeah.
Run the Jewels, No Save Point, the Cyberpunk 2077
So what was
one.
your job? Editing or what are you
Producer.
doing?
So it was like my company, and so I was working for a bigger production company for a while. Eventually, I kind of moved away, and then they just started feeding us all the smaller projects they couldn't take, and so we got to do some really, really fun projects.
That's great. So you're a super young, 7-foot white guy producing rap videos.
Oh
in
yeah, they
Atlanta.
love my ass.
You must have been like the talk of the
I was
set.
14 years old when I was the second AD on the Bad and Bougie music video, and they were such a fan.
You were on the Bad and Bougie?
Yeah. We ended up going back and shooting a video in the same spot.
That was in Atlanta?
Yeah, it's this little diner called Olympic Flame, and we shot another music video there like a few years later.
How did you have any skills at 14?
So I made my first movie with like an actual crew when I was 10 because I grew up. My mom is in the entertainment industry, like live entertainment, like circus kind of stuff, and so her videographers who would shoot her events for her, I just got to know really well, and they knew I was interested in video. And as like a favor to me, which was like, super fucking lucky me, were willing to come out and help on my first movie. And then eventually they're like, oh, this kid's got kind of a knack for, production. I had been around like helping my mom on her like live production sets for years. And so
At the circus?
So it's like corporate events, but it'd be like Cirque du Soleil style performers.
You're putting makeup on bears.
Kind of.
This guy's gonna ride a unicycle.
And what would they do with the film then?
So when I produce it, so let's say like
no. When you were a kid and the film people with your mom, what are they doing with?
So
the
they're
final
working
product?
for her. They're shooting videos for the clients. Like initially, that's when I met them. This is before they had gotten really established
once
in video world.
you do a corporate event, Cirque du Soleil, and then y'all send the video to the client.
Yeah, it's just like a recap of what happened. It's like, oh, here's your recap, post it on your whatever. And then years later, when I was really getting into the production world, I had worked on some smaller sets. These 2 twin brothers were these like guys who they started letting me like assistant direct and co-direct and co-edit super early to the point where I had a film go to the Cannes Film Festival when I was 17.
That's why. Did you go?
I did. Yeah.
Damn, you been to
I
Cannes?
missed my junior year exams to go to the Cannes Film Festival.
What was the name of the movie?
The hell?
The Bridge.
How long was it?
Just 8 minutes. It was like a short. But
what was the premise?
So we made it for the 48-hour film festival, which is a festival you have to make a movie in 2 days.
Yeah.
And it ended up going all the way to the Cannes Film Festival. But it's basically like this homeless dude lives under a bridge. This kid who's like being bullied. It's very classic. Like,
is it a script or is it a real homeless motherfucker?
No, it's a script. It's all
Oh my god, damn! It's a documentary.
No, it's
Go ahead.
all scripted. So like this orphan kid and this homeless man become friends. He goes on this long like rant about how he like thinks the under the bridge area is like this like crazy bar that he owns. And then the kid's like, oh, sure, you're crazy. Leaves, comes back. The homeless dude's gone, just has his little pink glasses he was wearing on the table.
Yeah.
And it like transports him into, we had access to this venue that was like this 1950s French like performance space. So it was like all decked out. I can show you guys. But it's like, we had like 25 performers, like 150 extras. It looked like a real like French nightclub. And so that was like the big part. And then he like runs into the homeless dude and he's like, oh, welcome to the world that I have lived in. It's yours now, and like leaves. And so it's like a big like heartwarming kind of thing. It hit really well with like the festival markets. It won like 37 different awards all across the country. So that was like my high school junior year, was just driving around the country to different film festivals.
And then your senior year was just cleaning up in pussy, being like, I went to Cannes.
No, actually, junior year was me getting cheated on while I was in the hospital by
Really?
my girlfriend at the time with my best friend.
But high school cheating, is it like they kissed during a movie?
They fucked in the parking lot while I was in the hospital.
Man, they grow up fast in Atlanta.
In the parking lot, like on the way in to come visit me, they used to fuck in the parking lot and then come in and she'd kiss me.
Really?
Yeah, my best friend and my girlfriend at the time.
Josh, this is the
Yeah,
funny,
dude.
This is the
It was
funniest
like
thing Josh ever heard in his life.
aggressive cuckery. It was insane.
Wait a second.
We got here too quick. I didn't even get. I was trying to go back into the film and how his girl's getting fucked by his homie.
By the way, I'm like, this
Oh,
is
he's
my
on a
friend.
breathing machine.
This is my friend. He's telling me something hard, and then I look over and Josh is
Passing out.
kneeling, laughing at your
Because
cuckery.
it took such a quick turn.
Yeah.
I was trying to stay on the Cannes Film Festival.
What were
bro,
you in
and
the
all of a
hospital?
sudden
Were you
this-
in the hospital
So-
for cuckitis?
Bruh.
There's something
It was a terminal case.
There's something so wrong about
The doctor's like, I'm
the
sorry,
fact that
bro.
They should have seen you and then fucked.
He was driving her to see me, being like, "Oh, I'm such a good friend. I'm gonna drive your girlfriend to come visit you in the hospital." And then the way I found out is some other random motherfucker who comes and visits me, like who went to my school. He two times accidentally broke into the children's hospital in the middle of the night. He just walks into my hospital
when
room
that
at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
having done parkour into the hospital, and just like comes to check on me. But one night he comes in soaking wet. The last night I'm in the hospital. This is like several days after he had seen them doing this in the parking lot. He comes in wet. He's like, "Hey man, I didn't want to tell you this, but I just feel like you should know." And then tells me that my girlfriend and my best friend at the time had been fucking the entire time for months, and the fact that they were doing it in the parking lot and he had seen them doing it.
Damn.
Like on their way in to come visit me.
Imagine,
He parkoured his way to tell you. We gotta tell him right now.
It's like, I gotta let him know.
Dude, imagine this kid. He's just walking. He's just jumping from car to car. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my
The
god.
first thing you think is, damn, somebody's fucking.
Yeah.
That's incredible. First
yeah.
of all, off top, you're thinking in your head.
And the fact that he had like stewed on it for a week.
And
like,
then, because what happens, bro, you see him fucking, you're thinking, damn, I just saw somebody fucking. Then you realize, I know him.
Also,
Then you think, hold on. That's Leo shit.
Yeah. That's the sick guy I'm
Damn.
going to visit this girl. What's funny is that they decided we're going to do this thing that's immoral, but we're never going to move to a house. We're only doing it in the car.
well, because we were in high school.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of,
We were in
there's a
high
lot of
school,
car
so-
fucking in high school.
But
bro.
like,
a lot of car
that was
fucking.
a lot of. It was like, yeah, it was very bad. It was like, and he.
But how did you? So what do? You go to both of them at the same time, or you do it
There's
individually?
so much in
Oh,
wait.
dude, this man tried to apologize to me via text from her phone.
Wait, let's get this guy in the pod. He sounds hilarious. Dude.
Oh no, you wouldn't be able to
This is
find
the
him
funniest man.
because he like molested some girl and then disappeared.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, his parents
is
are like
not good.
doctors and they disappeared.
No.
his
He
ass.
molested somebody? And
like
he
2
was-
months after that. Yeah.
Like after he graduated, he's still like
Yeah.
fucking girls in those cars. Right?
Jeez.
yeah,
Oh damn,
it
bro.
was crazy. Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
hell?
So he's a crazy.
He was on demon time.
Yo,
Oh my
he's the
God.
worst.
But
Shout out Tommy Welch.
Ironically, the same guy that booked Connor in Florida. They moved him to Florida and gave him a comedy club.
Holy hell, dude.
God damn, son. So hold
Yeah.
on.
What-
But honestly, it's good to get cheated on in high school, but that's a little
No,
rough.
it worked. The timing was perfect.
It
'cause
is good, bro.
I like dated a little bit, and then I ended up meeting my current girlfriend halfway through senior year.
Because you
Really?
might not,
Yeah.
you can't appreciate the real woman till you got to go through that
Oh,
dirt
dude,
first.
yeah.
Also,
it was-
my theory. This is why you've accomplished a bunch in a short amount of time. When you are not wasting 80 to 88% of your brain power on pussy, I mean, it's amazing what you
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah.
My girlfriend, you guys know her. She's the best. Dude, being with her, you're like, oh, I can focus on everything. And I realized my
Yeah.
whole 20s, just on Hinge, just
Raging,
wasting
yeah.
time.
Just boners. It's all boner
Yeah.
patrol.
And she wants us to say that too.
It doesn't matter.
We're gonna have her on next episode.
Yeah,
We're gonna break them up.
But it's like, dude, I was reading all this history stuff. All the great dudes, girlfriends. Ulysses S. Grant, wife.
Someone to
Lincoln,
keep
wife.
you distracted from your own worst impulses.
It is. It's just such a time sink,
Yeah.
and it's like such a. I don't know. At least for me, it's such an ego thing to be on the
Makes you
apps.
sad, yeah.
Yeah. It's
What happens
a
is your dick starts leading you, like subtly. You don't think.
And then you're just in her. Then you're in her.
and you look up,
Follow
you
me,
just in
boy.
her. You think you're in control, but you're not, bro. Until you get a girl, you're not in control, bro. You outside all day, and you don't. It's like you'll stay at places that you wouldn't stay at because you don't have a girl. Like if I'm at a bar, it's boring.
Yeah.
But there's a few baddies
You don't
over there.
wanna
They
be
don't
there.
want you,
Yeah.
but there's a few baddies
Like
there,
this
so you
false
have to
hope.
stay just in case.
Also, like being in a relationship and having some sort of like obligation to like not pursue certain things.
Yeah.
It gives your life like structure.
Yeah.
I used to be like, I
Yeah.
have more time because I'm single, and now I have way more time because I have like also, you know, she helps me with like stuff.
Someone had a
Yeah,
joke
yeah.
about that where it's like every time I come home from the bar and I don't get laid, I'm like, I'm such a good dude. Like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm killing it. Like,
Yeah, it is also.
Yeah,
I mean, one of the weird things about like I don't know if it's now or probably forever, but like there's such a prevalence of people cheating on people
Yeah.
that when you just don't, you're like, I feel like I'm crushing it by just
Yeah.
not actively
bar is
doing.
so
but
a
they
lot of
don't.
things.
But
Yes.
you don't get points for that, unfortunately, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
do.
say, look, you know how many motherfuckers is cheating?
Oh,
Look
yeah,
what
yeah,
he
yeah.
did. And I didn't cheat. I need you on your knees.
But
Because look how good I am of a man. You can't do that shit, bro.
Right, well, dude,
So we
look-
getting
Josh, I
you
need
get
you on your
imaginary points.
knees.
These
I'm
points
just
don't-
in
but
her
here's,
black.
here's what we're realizing. At no point were Liam and I like, if I get enough points, I can give her the on your
But
knees.
that's what I'm trying to say. But like that's
Sky
what- but
Miles
but
premium
No, the thing
blowjob.
is, you're right because men and women are different, bro. The fact that we are. If you're a faithful dude, bro, that ain't necessarily easy until you get in your stride.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to be faithful because I don't. There's no dude. Like I just don't talk to. I'll talk to girls who are interesting and nice people. But I used to talk to girls who were just hot, and that's gone now. Like if
And
there's just a girl who's
It's
hot,
easy once you get in that stride and you start getting focused.
yeah,
Like when I first started popping off in Nashville, and you're getting attention,
yes,
crazy
DMs.
and it's like, oh, what? Yeah. So now it's like to say hell no to some. That was my first time being able to say hell no to baddies.
yeah.
Because normally baddies, you don't say hell no to baddies.
Also, all baddies are like one night of sleep away from being just regular people. You know what I mean? It's like one.
No.
or-
You know the old saying, one man's baddie is another man's bullshit. You know what I mean? So
growing up, I used to-
it's only a baddie to one man.
I
Another
used to
man
hear
is
that all the time growing up.
yeah. You know they used to. Don't you got a tattoo to say
Yeah,
that?
my British grandfather would sit me down and go, Connor.
Yeah, bro. So I think it's
Was it what we saw Court Hogan this week? What did he say? You never know how bad your girl looks till she's in the hospital. Nothing is funnier than that. And also,
that was great.
nothing is truer where it's like, you know, I'm sure we all think our girlfriends are beautiful. But, dude, everybody, you get a bad night of sleep.
That's
You know,
good.
it's
Yeah.
like women are the same as men in terms of we're 24 hours away from looking pretty bad.
Yeah.
But that's not the criteria anymore, which is nice.
Yeah. Thank God we don't have to look good.
Yeah.
I don't want that pressure, bro.
It is nice.
Yeah,
You know what I
even-
mean? Like we can just be
I
successful.
just look interesting and like fun for me. And
Yeah,
that's it.
and just
Like,
have everything-
I'm wearing head to toe corduroy right now.
Yeah, it just-
this is not a fuck fit. Like,
Well, dude, every time I see you, I'm like, that's an interesting outfit. And then I go, listen, dude, I have no clue where he's shopping.
yeah,
Yeah, it's probably
The-
custom. Is
yeah.
it custom?
tootall.com, baby.
The wardrobe
I get
department-
bullied by my clothing manufacturer.
Dude, my mom got me a pair
Yeah.
of sweatpants, and they're like, it's literally called like, I think it is that company.
yeah,
And they were like,
tootall.com.
it's been too hard for tall people for too long.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, that's not the
Oh,
narrative.
dude.
Low key, bro.
The tall community loves to play victim. and
Yeah.
it's
Bro, I'm playing it
hilarious.
right now. Look at these. I don't know if we can get this on camera. Look at my pants right now. Hold on. You
Yeah.
can't get them, bro.
No,
but
you
I can't
can't.
ever get that extra length.
I
This
love
right here,
dude. The fact that that's what you're focusing on with these pants,
bro. That's what I'm trying to. Bro, look, listen. They comfortable,
Have you tried just tying them to your shoes?
man. No, but some people do is they'll do the J. Cole. And you'll just time because J. Cole's tall.
but-
He'll do the sweats and time to the
but you
calf
have-
like he meant to do it.
You're
Yeah.
wearing pants that are an art installation, and
Yeah.
you're like, these are not the right length.
That's what I'm saying. But it needs to be. It's
yeah, you're
racist
saying
to the
that
tall
that was
boy.
made in a factory?
Because the short, if I'm short, I'm fresh as hell.
You're
now
saying-
I'm only fresh on the pod. I can't wear these in real life. These are pod pants
Listen,
now.
if you wore those in real life, and maybe it's just because I don't have a lot of confidence about fashion.
Yeah.
I would go. I assume that's how they're supposed to fit. If you wear stuff,
It's
with
all
enough
about how you wear it, though, bro.
dude. Let's talk about women's
Yeah.
fashion.
Come on.
Half the stuff they're wearing completely goofy, but they're beautiful and they seem to
What
believe in it, so I believe them.
What you not a fan of? What's
I'm just there's so many
I know
outfits
you
on
hate
girls.
the hats. I know you hate.
Oh yeah, girls with big hats. Something's up.
I like a good hat.
I got a whole theory behind it where it's like you can't just be. This is not a functional hat, and you can't just be a person. You need like a
Yeah.
thing,
You need
and
to
that
do it, yeah.
that impulse speaks to not a great sign. Same thing with dudes, but
I like
don't be-
I like a good hat. Other women's. I like streetwear. I don't know, bro. But
I like it, but you know when you see a girl and she's wearing like a leather bandana as a shirt, and you're like, "Hey, that's kind of insane," but you look great, and the confidence pushes me where
yeah,
I go.
there's a lot more wiggle room for like pushing boundaries, I think.
Also,
in women's fashion.
I'll cave and go. Well, I don't know. That actually must
that's
be
what
cool.
I'm saying. Confidence gets you because like if you go to the DMV or something, or you go to get your car fixed, and they say your fucking brakes is fucked up.
Yeah.
He'd be like, damn, they probably are. Because of his confidence. Your breaks are fine.
Yeah.
But because he said that, now you paying him because he screamed it.
Do you think black dudes inherently have more confidence with their clothes?
Without a doubt.
Dude,
One,
I always ask these questions like he's gonna be like, I can't believe you asked that, and he's always like, yeah,
He
dude.
smelled
like,
something bad. He was so
because it's
disgusted
like I'm almost
at that
pissed
question.
about it, bro, because we care about this shit. Y'all boys don't care. Y'all
Well,
can.
some of us do, but it's not
And
universal.
there's like, well, some like the comics that like black girls
yeah.
or like black
Shout out
lifestyle.
Caleb McCraw.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But like y'all don't really. And also, white dudes around here. I'm walking through Nashville, bro. White boys can just throw on some plaid shorts
Yeah.
and the collar shirt, and girls just smash them, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I think-
same with dudes. Dudes will just, especially like frat dudes, they'll just throw on like, I mean,
Salmon shorts.
Girls have the same thing where they'll throw on jean shorts and a top
Yeah.
where their boobs are kind of out, and there's people who are just dressing for like function of like
A white
this
girl
will
never
get me
look at
laid.
you and be like, "Why the fuck you got them on?"
Yeah.
So you ain't got to worry about that, bro.
Yeah.
Black girl's not finna let you come in and talk to her with no bullshit on your feet, bullshit, because they say too much about you. You don't care about the clothes. How you gonna care about me?
Well, what?
You see what I'm saying?
That's a jump I don't follow.
That's,
but
that's why I gotta make sure I'm on point. Also, if you look right, some of that respect it kills. That does the talking for you.
I will say that like all this stuff where it's like like athletes talk about if you look good, you feel
Woo.
good. You perform. It's on stage you want to feel.
Oh, yeah.
Like I think we all probably have like I have like a hoodie or like
Yeah.
a shirt where if it's a big show or a show where I want to feel comfortable, I'm like I'm gonna wear this.
Yeah.
But it is funny. I think white guys have the opposite problem where their girlfriends would be like, please try these shoes.
Oh.
And they'll be like, I'm not wearing that because the voice is in my head.
Yeah, a
will
lot
call
of
me
comics in
something.
general. And also we can't go too crazy because it's like, all right, now we can't because we don't take ourselves that
All right,
serious.
well, you go crazy as hell. So I don't
Yeah.
know if this is the greatest, but
guess
you
you're
have the
right.
confidence to pull it off.
That's right, though.
John-
And I'm black too, bro. So
Yeah.
in my world, I'm modest. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like motherfuckers is on stage with pinstripe suits and
He
leather
says while
pants.
wearing
We saw a guy
Naruto
last night.
pants.
We saw a guy last night in a white robe. He was a doctor who said he was from Africa.
He had a Ghana flag on and shit, bro. So I'm chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But around y'all, I'm turned up. But if I go to a black room, bro, I'm the calmest motherfucker. They be like, you ain't put on no clothes? Because, me motherfuckers, we love the leather because of Eddie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever do that. I think, people do the leather pants for the special because that special didn't do as much for me. I loved it.
Yeah.
But it was before me. When did that shit come out?
Yeah, well, the leather pants is weird though because like it's a function thing. We're like leather's not
I
the
don't be
best
squeaking
material.
up there. Yeah, that's
yeah,
weird.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
get hot.
Well, dude,
it
I
look
think-
good though, bro.
Yeah, white dudes in comedy, like especially like a specific vein of it,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, what can I wear that no one will notice?
And
You
that's
know what I
good
mean?
too,
Like,
though.
that's-
Because a lot of times, that's why I like
Bomber
Louis.
jacket,
Yeah.
collared shirt.
I like Louis
colored,
C.K. in the all black too.
a solid color shirt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and jeans, and some Nikes that are clean, not clean like actually
Yeah.
scrubbed.
Also, and on stage, I do try to put on something that's not like, I don't want you to notice too much. I want you to be like, oh, he
Yeah.
looks nice, but I don't want to have to explain it because I don't have a joke for that. You know what I mean?
I feel like I've seen you wear a shirt that says like "fuck religion" or something crazy. Like I've seen you wear the wild.
Listen, it took me a while to get to this point, bro. But now I'm at a point to where I don't went on stage with my fucking nails painted.
Yeah.
And I felt like a woman with huge tits.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, because I don't have a joke about that. I'm not going to talk about it.
Dude, I will say I mean, whatever. This is the funniest take to be like, I think women might be going through some annoying attention. But I did go to an all gay gym in San Francisco. I mean, it wasn't a policy, but
crazy.
that's how it ended up.
Yeah.
That's a
And-
dope thing. We should have an all black gym.
Dude, I was working out and it was just people would just like, okay, there was one guy who would just come and get in my eye line, and I was like, dude, I'm way bigger than this guy, like physically,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
this guy is still bothering the shit out of me.
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
Josh, do that motion one more time. That's generous, dog.
Yeah.
Also, it's curving.
He's a monster.
Some
Yeah.
sunflower seeds. It ain't even jacking off. But no, I had that same experience, bro. A gay dude taught me what misogyny was. Because I'm walking down, it's me and my girl, bro. And he probably about, I don't know, 6, he might make 5'10".
Sure, it was a massage therapy.
Yeah, I thought for a second I thought you said misogyny, and I was like, massage and then the study of.
But like I'm walking through, and he's looking at me, licking his lips.
yeah,
And I'm like, good to see you, sir. You
dude,
know,
it feels weird.
I'm
Yeah.
with my girl, man.
Yeah.
I said, hey, how you doing? He's still licking his lips. Not looking at my girl, looking dead at me on some sexual fuck shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I feel uncomfortable and I can beat his ass.
Yes.
And I'm still uncomfortable. So imagine if this motherfucker's his height
Yeah.
and I'm a girl, I would never go to the gas station.
Dude,
bro.
the bartender at it used to be the club in Jackson. It used to be called State Street. It's a different club now, but there used to be a notorious, like, kind of aggressive gay bartender, and you could be like, "Hey, can I get a beer?" And he'd be like, "I don't know, what can you do for me?" And you'd be like, "I'm making $50 to be
Yeah,
here."
but
dude.
see, you
I
gotta,
can't
but
be
see, you
doing
don't want to
this."
be the dude that tell on him.
Yeah.
No.
Because now it's like,
Well, because when dudes report shit like that, you're seen as like weak or weird.
Somebody's gonna
blowing up the
unless
spot.
he actually. Even if he get a hold of you and grab you, bro, you might have to just take that to the grave.
You know when you have like a buddy you've only hung out with in like whatever one situation, and then you go to the bar and you see him around girls, and you're like, oh, we got to stop hanging out. This guy's
the
out
Riddler
of his
tried
mind.
to give me $500 to fuck him in his hotel room.
Who?
The Riddler.
Is this a fucking Marvel movie?
So I was doing Comic-Con.
Then the Joker came through and jacked off on everybody.
You were doing Comic-Con?
Yeah, so the dude I used to work with, Steve Whitmire, who was the puppeteer for Kermit the Frog, we had like a live show. Oh yeah, I forgot that I hadn't even started.
No, he said that earlier, and I thought it was real. He was like,
mentioned it earlier,
Kermit the
yeah.
Frog's my roommate, and we just slid past it.
He was Kermit's handler?
So I was his producer for 3 years.
He looked up, he was just in Kermit the Frog.
So the performer for Kermit and the voice after Henson and Rizzo the Rat, Ernie.
The voice for Kermit is
What,
crazy.
you live on Sesame Street?
The voice for Kermit?
Yeah.
God.
So he was like,
well, hold on. So how'd the Riddler try to fuck you for $500?
So we were at a Comic-Con. And
he
the
probably
whole
horned
time,
up.
this is in front of Steve, so he can vouch for this. He watched this shit happen, and so did his wife.
Spielberg?
No, it's Whitmire, the dude I was telling you about.
Why the fuck was he at Comic-Con?
I look at you. I say Steve. You think of the most famous
Jobs?
Steve.
Steve Jobs? You were unveiling the iPhone?
Yeah, like he wouldn't have said that. Like he just casually called him Steve.
You know Steve.
Also,
Old
you think
Spiely.
Spielberg's there casting the new Oscar the Grouch or whatever.
Yeah,
I
right.
thought he might have been in on it, bro. But go ahead. All right,
Yeah,
so
we were at a
Steve-
Comic-Con. So I was posted up at his table because we did a live show at the Comic-Con.
Damn.
And so I was standing next to his table, and this dude, John Glover, who played the Riddler, and he was also on like Smallville. He's been in a bunch of shit.
Damn, we're gonna have to blank his name out.
Yeah.
Well, unless he touched you.
I mean, no, yeah.
Go ahead.
Definitely blank his name out. But because I was like 17 at the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on, the Riddler. Man.
He didn't know though.
He is a villain,
He didn't
though.
know.
Yeah, he looked older.
So I was over by his table, and like 3 separate times throughout the day, this man walks by. First time he walks over and he sees me like yawn, and he's like, "You're too pretty to be yawning."
Oh,
and I was like, "Oh,
A
okay."
terrifying thing to say in any
Thanks.
context.
honestly, that's all.
I just don't like the idea of him having looked at my open mouth and been like,
and loving it, and then speaking on it.
And
And,
then-
I like his jumper. I like his shot.
Time number 2, I was standing up against a wall. There's a big ass hallway of people walking by. This man starts here, does a curve, so he rubs up against me.
How you think this
as
man
he
is at the
passes
time?
by.
How old do you think it was?
60 something.
Oh,
Fun story about John Glover. Fucking 19.
It's all good. At least it wasn't Danny.
Apparently he fucked Freddie Mercury.
Oh,
which is not a appealing
yeah.
factoid.
Well, it's a little. Didn't he?
Freddie
For
had-
sure, he died of something.
Yeah,
He
something
had a
or
good
other.
live set.
But then, so the second time,
$500 to get AIDS.
he brushes up against me. Third time, after the show, I'm loading shit back to a car. It's just me and John Glover and this whole. He did it again.
Yeah.
The whole fucking like convention center. He
gotta look his face. I
makes
gotta
a
look him up.
beeline over for me. He's like sprinting at that
Yeah.
point. And he comes over. He's like, room 307, $500. I hope to see you later.
Oh,
Oh my
And then
god!
just,
Wait,
like,
what did he say? I
leaves.
hope you consider it.
I hope I see you later.
Oh my god!
Didn't tell me what hotel, but I guess he assumed that I was in the.
Yeah.
Is
Well, he is the Riddler.
Yeah.
Is this?
I had to find it.
He wakes up and just question marks all over his bed. Like, what the fuck's happening?
If you want to fuck me, you gotta find me.
You gotta find your kidneys tomorrow. You gotta find all your vital organs tomorrow morning.
It's like Saw, but it's just a dick coming at him slowly. You gotta figure it out.
That's like in those movies. You know, in the movies, like a hot girl will give a guy like 6 numbers of a phone number.
Yeah.
What if he's trying to find it and accidentally calls John Glover? He's like, oh yeah,
Bro, I'm tripping because so was it a known thing that the Riddler's gay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes
I heard he had fucked Freddie Mercury story from a person at the Comic-Con who saw him hitting on me.
Oh, so he's like, he'll get,
Well, he was just like,
pay you.
it was more like, John's, he's always been kind of a, he gets around. Like
Yeah.
there's a bunch of stories about him hooking up with Freddie Mercury back in the day. Like, so he was like a big, like,
He was like, he used to fuck the guy in Dallas Buyers Club. You're like,
just listing
he's an
people.
icon,
Like,
bro.
something in common between all these people.
he fucked Rock Hudson. Like, just lit all the most famous AIDS victims. You're like, all right, dude.
Damn,
So yeah,
bro.
it was.
He's a
so-
Just come. I
He's
love
an
that
icon.
Your life is like it's got like a
It's
Forrest
like
Gump.
it's a real like Mad Libs.
bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, brother. You're too pretty to yawn the wild one.
Oh yeah.
Because that doesn't make any sense. But the tone of it, you know what I mean? It's like you know what he means.
Yeah.
That don't. You're too pretty. Like a
That's
pretty
what
woman.
horny talk never makes sense if you break it down.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
pretty person doesn't not young.
Like what that
Yeah.
mouth do?
Yeah.
What do you mean
Yeah.
what that mouth do?
It's like when musicians tell jokes and it's not funny, but the crowd laughs.
Yeah.
It's like the context in which they are.
They
saying
know
it.
that's the point in the set.
But
where they
honestly,
laugh.
Yeah.
with
if you
you-
just talk weird and it comes across as horny.
if you're doing something as vulnerable as yawning, he could have went crazy on you.
He could have been like, "Hey, keep it open."
That's what I'm saying. He could have slid on in. He could have
Yeah.
looked up and he's just in you.
Also, what I think's weird about
The
that is
Josh
like,
Black special. Just
know-
in you. Special
Not just do
delivery.
it, just be in him.
Just be in him.
you don't usually have to give people more than one horny indication. You know what I mean? It's like it's the.
Yeah.
I always felt like that was the polite thing.
But
it's
that's
like,
the thing, though, bro. Men are horny. They're too horny.
But
And
I
they-
was a horny man. I would always kind of be like, I'll throw a feeler out there, and then if you're not into it, I'd be like, I'll just go.
Nah, but we all seen that old. It's generational too. You know them old dudes who look at a woman and it makes you uncomfortable.
They
Yeah.
go,
God damn, old
Yeah.
school.
loud enough for them to hear. Like
Yeah,
they're
it's
like they're looking at a good meal.
Well, it's like I seen one. She looked so good to him. He was pissed. He was like, "Fuck, damn that." Like I'm like, come on now.
Yeah. Also, you got to keep the aggression out with the
Yeah,
like,
like-
that's scary.
Right.
You can't imagine what he would do if he got his hands on her. Like,
Yeah. I would
you don't
always
want
go
that
with,
from
like,
a distance. Like,
Damn,
I'd
son.
always be like, oh, geez. That's what I would just to keep it kind of nice.
Damn, bro.
and then he gets up on stage he's like, I'm sick of these dudes to call me OG.
Motherfucker didn't even yawn for me.
Damn, dude. We have,
Well,
we
damn,
have,
bro.
we have
This-
gone through so many names
this
we're gonna
is-
have to not blur out.
This is good, bro. Liam, thank you for coming by. You
Thanks
sick
for having me.
bastard.
Hey, do you want to plug? I know you got some headlining dates coming
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, and we'll
uh,
put it on the screen too. But tell them where you're gonna be, bro.
Give me a follow, Liam J. Nelson. I'm going to be in Morgantown, West Virginia on Saturday. I'm not sure when this is coming out.
It'll probably
but-
come out like a little later than that.
Cool.
If you got
So
stuff later than that.
later in the year, I'm doing. I'm on tour with John Marco Sorese pretty much full time. So if you see him at any clubs around the country, I'll be there as well.
Nice.
I got nothing headlining beyond this weekend currently lined up. But yeah, come catch me in New York City.
And if you're having a quinceanera in Harlem, look up.
I'll
He'll
watch
be
you fight the
smoking
other
weed.
half of the family that you don't
Yeah,
like.
bro. And you know, we putting up like a mean showcase here soon. So we
Yeah.
gotta have you at.
Yeah, we'll have you on
we gonna
some-
set
I'd
you
love to
up,
do it.
Put
Let's
you
do it.
down for
Country
4 or 5
shows, man.
days, get some bread.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much for doing it, man.
Thanks for
and thank
having
you
me.
for helping me with my camera for like 10 years.
No
Oh,
worries.
yeah, bro. Just put us on speed
and I'll
dial.
bill you hourly for that.
yeah.
And you can find me at Sir Joshua Black
At Connor Larson Comedy.
and at Comedy Country Podcast, TikTok, YouTube. We everywhere you need to be. We'll see you next time. Shout out to David Chasteen on the boards today. We got Chasteen in the building doing his thing. Hopefully he hit the record button. If not, he'll be murdered. And,
Chasteen and John Glover, man. The dream team.
he yawns pretty as well. All right, we out of here. Until next time, you bastards. Peace. Boom.